Han Li's Wuxia Chronicles. Chapter 1277. Abandoning me after toying with me? You are shameless. The devilish female stared at Qin Wentian with a wronged expression. The people around her all cast looks of disdain at Qin Wentian. This fellow, relying on his talent to toy with beauties, how shameless. Qin Wentian's face was filled with black lines. This devilish female, he was simply speechless. Who was the one toying with who exactly? Naturally, Qin Wentian felt warmth in his heart. This devilish female must be doing this to ease his emotions. Many experts left this place and not long after, Xianyu returned. The devilish female hugged Qin Wentian's arm, smiling at Xianyu as though she was provoking her. Sir Qin, Xianyu has already inquired about it. Xianyu didn't really mind the devilish female. She originally didn't have any relationship with Qin Wentian. Why would she have any thoughts of jealousy? Qin Wentian's eyes flashed. After that, a strand of light shot out from the center of Xianyu's brows, seeping into Qin Wentian. Qin Wentian opened up his sea of consciousness to receive it as some information flowed in. The vast Sky Devil Emperor, the vast Sky Devil region is truly tyrannical. Qin Wentian silently mused. After that, he turned to Xianyu and spoke, Xianyu, many thanks. Sir Qin, there's no need to be so polite. Xianyu's voice was gentle as she transmitted her voiceover. Let's move out. The Fallen Devil Island is the central area of the Fallen Devil region and there are teleportation arrays that lead to other devil regions. Let me bring you to the teleportation array on the Fallen Devil Island. Emichim, let's go. Qin Wentian stood up. The devilish female pulled his arm and stood up as well, leaning on him. Third Princess. Qin Wentian stared at the wronged look on the devilish female's face. He couldn't help but to turn and speak to her, the Devil King is still waiting for you. Let's return. Do you really intend to abandon me like this? The devilish female glared at Qin Wentian, causing Qin Wentian to sigh in his heart. In the past, the devilish female was only interested in him. But now, it seemed like she had truly fallen in love with him. Qin Wentian cupped the devilish female's face and smiled, didn't you say that my guts are very small? Today, your subordinate's guts shall grow for once. As he spoke, Qin Wentian leaned forward and lightly planted a kiss on the forehead of the third princess. The beautiful eyes of the third princess flashed but after that, she felt that pair of warm palms moving away. Qin Wentian had already started walking forward. The people around him, as well as Xianyu, all followed after him. If anything happens to you, this princess will definitely not spare you. This princess commands you to come to the Devil Island to pay a visit to this princess in the future. Princess, this princess, I will. With you, this princess, I, you, I, you, Qin, you, Qin, you. I, you, I, said. At this moment, the devilish female only felt a hand resting on her shoulder. Turning her head, the devilish female saw the Blackstone Devil King. At this moment, the devilish female only felt a hand resting on her shoulder. Turning her head, she saw the Blackstone Devil King. Just let it go. He is destined to be the dragon of darkness that soars through the horizons. He isn't someone you can capture. The Blackstone Devil King spoke in a light voice. The eyes of the devilish female turned even redder. She stared at her father, but it wasn't easy for this princess to fall in love with a man. If he were to leave just like that, this princess wouldn't be able to accept this. Silly lass. The Blackstone Devil King rubbed her head, not knowing how to console her. After Qin Wentian and the others left the Devil King Palace, they directly flew on their flying swords. The demon sword transformed into a gigantic sword as the shadow of a great rock appeared beneath it. It was as though this sword was transformed from a great rock and was as fast as lightning, speeding towards a certain direction. The teleportation arrays on the fallen devil island that lead to the other devil regions were all controlled by different supreme devil sections. They were all independent devil sects, and by using the teleportation arrays, they would be able to earn bountiful rewards. Every time they used the teleportation arrays, the price would be exorbitant. Ordinary devil cultivators wouldn't be able to afford it. Only devil kings would be able to afford it. Naturally, since this was the territory of the fallen devil emperor, the profits they earned would naturally be paid in tribute. Since the devil emperor was in control of the fallen devil region, even if he didn't do anything, the amount of resources he would be able to earn every day would still be astronomical. If there were no benefits, what was the point of being the ruler? There are people following us. Wear this well, although it isn't of much use, it can withstand some attacks. Qin Wentian waved his hand and took out some puppet armors. These were the puppet armors he obtained when he entered the Battle Saint tribe back then. Their defensive prowess was extremely terrifying, but they had yet to reach the Immortal King or Devil King level. To the current Qin Wentian and the others, they were already of little use. But they could still withstand some attacks for them. Qin Wentian removed the puppet armors one by one. Everyone wore them and continued on their way, already making their preparations for battle. Sir Qin, what's your current condition? Xianu asked with some worry. Qin Wentian had already expended a terrifying amount of energy during his battle against Huang Shatian, and he was also injured. If he had to face another battle, how would he be able to withstand it? This was also the reason why Xianu felt that Qin Wentian was too impulsive. Although it was his true personality, by doing so, he would undoubtedly place himself in a dangerous situation. For experts of the devil path, for the sake of achieving their goals, they wouldn't care about bullying the weak. Qin Wentian displayed shocking strength on the battlefield. He definitely had some terrifying innate arts and techniques. If he obediently accepted the reward from the Devil Emperor, no one would dare to touch him. But since he rejected the reward and offended the Devil Emperor, it would be strange if those people didn't do anything. The Blackstone Devil King understood these Devil Kings the most. Hence, he instantly transmitted his voice to Qin Wentian, telling him to leave the fallen Devil Island immediately. Don't worry. Qin Wentian spoke. Xianu still had a look of worry on her face, hoping that those devil cultivators wouldn't react too quickly. As long as they left the fallen Devil Island, they would be safe. Their speed was extremely quick, and after some time, a gigantic sect appeared in their vision. Xianu silently heaved a sigh of relief. They immediately left after exiting the Devil Emperor Palace. There shouldn't be too many devil cultivators who reacted, right? Over there. Xianu pointed ahead. There was an extremely resplendent spatial light flashing. They directly entered the devil sect, and in an instant, Qin Wentian could clearly sense terrifying devil senses shooting over. Most probably, they were experts from the devil sect guarding the Grand Formation. Let's head to the vast Sky Devil region. Xianu spoke. After that, with a wave of her hand, she actually took out the interspatial ring Qin Wentian gave her and directly tossed it to the Guardian of the Grand Formation. The Guardian checked it and glanced at them. You can activate the Grand Formation now. Xianu. Qin Wentian's eyes flashed. I've decided to stay in the Celestial Devil Lodge. I have no use for it. Xianu smiled gently at Qin Wentian. You guys can go ahead. Emichim, take care. Qin Wentian cast a deep glance at Xianu. After that, they stepped onto the teleportation array. Activate the Grand Formation. The Guardian spoke. Hold on. At this moment, a voice drifted over from afar. Qin Wentian's expression changed. The experts who were tracking him in the dark had arrived. One of them was someone Qin Wentian recognized. It was the Black Jiao Devil King. His expression was sinister and cold. Back then when Qin Wentian defeated his son, he still hadn't forgotten. Hence, he had been keeping an eye on Qin Wentian. Now that there was such a good opportunity, how could he not grab it? Other than this person, there were actually two others. One was an expert from the Royal Devil sect and the other was someone sent by the old Xia Devil King. They were the ones who paid the most attention to Qin Wentian, and the moment they saw Qin Wentian leaving, they immediately gave chase. They truly didn't want to give Qin Wentian any chance at all and wanted Qin Wentian's life. Other than Qin Wentian's life, they also wanted the treasures on Qin Wentian. I want to use this grand formation as well. The Black Jiao Devil King directly stepped into the formation. With a wave of his hand, he tossed an interspatial ring to the Guardian. The other two Devil Kings did the same as well. They stood beside Qin Wentian, as though nothing had happened. No problem. The person guarding the array smiled. This kind of inter-region teleportation array formation was activated only a few times, and the price for activating it was the same every time. After that, 3 more people came to deliver treasures of their own accord. It could be said to be an extra harvest, so they were naturally happy. Xinu's expression changed. Her silhouette flashed as she also stepped into the formation. I want to go as well. Activate the formation. The formation abruptly lit up. The expressions of Qin Wentian and the others turned unsightly. These Devil Kings were extremely intelligent, they actually didn't choose to act on the fallen Devil Island. After all, it was easy to attract other experts and at that time, it was still unknown who the treasures belonged to. Hence, they might as well harden their hearts and pay the price to follow Qin Wentian. In that case, the treasures would be theirs. The formation activated, a terrifying spatial light flashed and at this moment, there were actually several Devil Kings who arrived. When they personally saw Qin Wentian and the others vanishing, their countenances couldn't help but to change. There are people from the old Xia Devil King. Let's retreat. A Devil King spoke. There were some who hesitated but ultimately, they chose to retreat. If they were a step too late, they most probably wouldn't be able to get a share of the spoils. In the vast Sky Devil region, the vast Sky Devil Island was also an incomparably gigantic floating island. Outside this island, it was a boundlessly vast stretch of desolation, filled with clouds and mist. These desolated areas were all ungoverned by anyone. At this moment, a dazzling light flashed. This was an extremely terrifying spatial energy. Boundless spatial law energy converged as numerous figures descended from the void, appearing in the desolate area outside the vast Sky Devil Island. Clearly, this was a one-way teleportation array. The vast Sky Devil Island would never allow the fallen Devil Island to open up a teleportation array on their island. Many of the teleportation arrays in the Devil regions were all opened up in secret. Bzz. At the instant these people appeared, a supremely powerful beam of sword light flashed as demonic chi towered up into the sky. The shadow of a fearsome great rock appeared, enveloping Qin Wentian and the others within. In 3 directions, 3 Devil Kings stood with their hands behind their backs, their eyes gleaming with terrifying devilish light. Things have already reached this stage, do you still want to resist? The Black Jiao Devil King coldly spoke. The subordinates of the old Xia Devil King spoke, do you guys want to vie with me? I only want a share of the spoils. An expert from the Royal Devil sect spoke. The 3 of them were already discussing how to divide the spoils of Qin Wentian. Chapter 1278. Qin Wentian and the others stood in the center, all of them had ashen expressions. 3 Devil Kings surrounded them, how ruthless. They felt that their speed was already fast enough. After leaving the Devil Emperor Palace, they sped towards the teleportation array and left the island. But even so, there were still 3 Devil Kings chasing after them. In addition, there might be more people chasing after them. It was just that the 3 Devil Kings were a step faster than them. The experts of the myriad Devil Islands were even more tyrannical compared to the people of the Immortal Realms. Bzz. Abruptly, a gigantic object appeared. The three devil kings stopped discussing how to divide Qin Wentian as their expressions froze. After that, they saw an ancient city floating in the air. This city was boundlessly vast, spanning over 1,000,000 miles, containing boundless law energy within. A Devil King level treasure. The eyes of the three Devil Kings gleamed with sharpness. They long knew that Qin Wentian had many good things on him. Innate techniques and treasures were all things they wanted. This ancient city was actually a divine weapon. Rumble. Boundless law energy gathered as bell chimes rang out. Qin Wentian and the others were abruptly enveloped by the light screen of the ancient bell. The light screen then transformed into a gigantic golden ancient bell, enveloping Qin Wentian and the others. Can you still endure the burden of battle? Duan Qianshan asked Qin Wentian. He already fought to such an extent against Huang Shatian. If he fought against a Devil King now, the burden would be too terrifying. Leave it to me. Qin Wentian closed his eyes. That sword, this ancient city, both of them are good treasures. The Devil King sent by the old Xia Devil King grinned. He stood with his hands clasped behind his back, exuding a towering devil might as he stared at the ancient bell. Did they want to live just like that? Wasn't it a little too simple? Things might change if we delay. Let's act. The Devil King from the Royal Devil sect coldly spoke. Even though they were teleported to an extremely far-away place, he was still extremely cautious. Who knew if other Devil Kings would be teleported here as well? If they encountered a powerful Devil King and killed all of them before leaving, what could the fallen Devil Island do to them? Such things were common in the myriad Devil Islands. The Black Jiao Devil King roared as he blasted his palm towards the light screen. At this instant it was as though an incomparably gigantic flood dragon appeared, exuding a supreme law might that blotted out the sky as it blasted into the light screen. A thunderous boom rang out as cracks appeared on the light screen. Qin Wentian groaned in misery. His eyes were tightly shut and his countenance was as pale as paper. The people around him were all worried for him. Boom! The sound of the bell reverberated through the heavens and earth. In the boundlessly vast Drifts Now city, snow suddenly began to fall as beams of law light shot up into the sky. At this instant, the entire city glowed with immortal light as though this city was also a body of laws. Dong, dong, dong. As the sound of the bell rang out, a boundless destructive might blasted out towards the three demon kings in the air, drowning out everything. Good treasure. The eyes of the three demon kings gleamed with excitement. An incomparably gigantic devil hammer appeared in the hands of the expert from the Royal Devil sect. Thunder rumbled as it descended from the sky, abruptly smashing downwards. At this instant, it felt as though the entire world was about to collapse as space itself shattered. Pooh! Qin Wentian coughed out another mouthful of blood as his countenance turned pale. Those around him all felt their bodies trembling from the impact. Devil Kings in addition to their powerful devil weapons, how terrifying would their attacks be? You guys be careful. Qin Wentian waved his hand as a resplendent ancient bell enveloped the people around him. As for Qin Wentian himself, he took out a treasure, it was a treasured cauldron. This cauldron was obtained by Qin Wentian in the city of ancient emperors. Within it, there was also the sacred luminance that contained the treasured arts of the 8 demonic gods, granting it boundless might. In addition, the treasured arts of the 8 demonic gods could be transformed into one of the strongest attacks Qin Wentian had used against Huang Shatian twice. Another good treasure. The eyes of the three demon kings flashed with greed. There were simply too many treasures on this Qin Wentian. Seems like he was the disciple of a supreme character in the immortal realms and might even be from an emperor-ranked power. But so what of it? This place was the myriad Devil Islands, not Wuxia's territory. No matter how strong one's background was, the immortal realms wouldn't be able to extend their hands here. Hence, they had no fear at all. Boom, boom, boom. The Black Jiao Devil King howled in rage, transforming into a 10,000-meter-long flood dragon. Its malevolent body unceasingly slammed into the ancient city, wanting to destroy it. Qin Wentian coughed out large mouthfuls of blood. His countenance was so pale that there was no trace of blood at all. He stared at the flood dragon and coldly spoke, "Since you are also a demon, I will use you as a sacrifice to the demon god cauldron." As the sound of his voice faded, Qin Wentian slammed his palm onto the cauldron. Resplendent runes circulated around his palm. It was none other than the strongest treasured art. The runes on his palm swiftly intertwined with the runes on the cauldron, frenziedly intertwining. At this moment, the cauldron suddenly expanded in size, transforming into an incomparably gigantic cauldron filled with darkness. "Go to hell." Qin Wentian blasted the cauldron forward. At this instant, the incomparably dark cauldron seemed to contain a desolate energy that caused one's heart to palpitate. In the next instant, a heaven-shaking roar rang out, shaking the heavens and earth. In the air, numerous supreme ancient demons appeared, floating in the air. The subordinates of Old Xia and the devil kings of the royal devil sect all froze. Their attacks involuntarily halted as they stared in shock at this scene. 10,000 demons appeared, with 8 demon gods coiling around them, controlling the world. They transformed into boundless darkness and opened their terrifying maws, wanting to devour everything. At this instant, a vortex appeared in the air, enveloping the 10,000-meter-long flood dragon within. Roar! The Black Jiao Devil King let out a heaven-shaking roar. His body trembled violently, causing the heavens and earth to tremble unceasingly. That incomparably gigantic body of the Black Jiao Devil King seemed to be struggling, yet the might of a supreme demon god bore down on him. This vortex was somewhat similar to the innate technique Qin Wentian used to attack Huang Shatian, but it was much stronger. Compared to the scene when Qin Wentian fought against Huang Shatian, this scene now truly felt the might of an apocalypse. The Black Jiao Devil King was trapped within the vortex, struggling more and more violently, shaking the heavens and earth. However, Qin Wentian's palm was still imprinted on the cauldron. The Black Jiao Devil King's gigantic body was slowly being sucked into the vortex, slowly disappearing. His 10,000-meter body continued to vanish. Only when the tail of the Black Jiao Devil King sank into the cauldron did the commotion gradually die down. Intense rumbling sounds rang out from the cauldron, and a moment later, everything finally died down. The Black Jiao Devil King seemed to have completely vanished from this world. The expressions of the other 2 Devil Kings drastically changed when they saw this scene, becoming extremely unsightly to behold. How could this treasure be so terrifying? At this moment, they even hesitated. Should they retreat? At this moment, Qin Wentian, who was enveloped by the ancient bell, was already extremely weak, as though he could die at any moment. Yet, he still managed to kill the Black Jiao Devil King in a single breath. During the process, he even endured their attacks and was on the verge of death. A look of greed flashed in the eyes of the Devil King from the Royal Devil Sect. After obtaining this treasure, he wouldn't return to the Royal Devil Sect. He would flee to a faraway place, to the vast Sky Devil region, and from then on, fly as high as a bird in the sky. In a situation where the benefits were great enough, it was sufficient to cause a person to betray them. The treasure Qin Wentian revealed was already sufficient for them to betray him. Boom! The Devil King from the Royal Devil Sect blasted out with his hammer once more, causing boundless devil lightning to rain down. With a deafening boom, the light barrier shattered. Qin Wentian coughed out blood once more as his body trembled unstably. Die! The subordinates of the Old Xia Devil King lifted their giant palms, grabbing towards Qin Wentian. Go! Qin Wentian's palms slashed out. The demon sword drank blood as an extreme demonic might gushed forth, soaring up into the sky, breaking apart the giant palm imprint of the Devil King. Qin Wentian was like a heavenly rock as he soared up into the sky. Qin Wentian roared in rage. A supreme screen of light enveloped this entire space as the entire city started moving, transforming into an incomparably gigantic ancient bell that sealed this entire space. You want to kill me? Give me your life then. Qin Wentian struck out with his treasured cauldron once more, sparing no expense as he released his flawless immortal foundation. Boundless law energy flowed into the cauldron as that vortex of destruction appeared once more. The scene of the apocalypse appeared once more. Courting death. The Devil King from the Royal Devil sect continued smashing down with his devil hammer. Qin Wentian's countenance turned pale. His immortal foundation spun frenziedly as though it was about to be sucked dry. However, he still didn't collapse, he still had the conviction to kill. Boom! The demonic chi from Qin Wentian towered up into the sky, engulfing this entire space. The shadow of a demon god manifested around him as the might of the cauldron grew even more terrifying. Have you gone mad? Nanfeng Ruoxuan shouted at Qin Wentian from within the ancient bell. He actually activated that uncontrollable bloodline power again. This would burn away his life force. The expressions of the two devil kings were extremely unsightly to behold. When they stared at the terrifying vortex of destruction, their countenances turned pale. Go to hell. A thunderous roar rang out as demonic might frenziedly gushed into the cauldron. Even his immortal foundation was on the verge of being incinerated completely. The vortex of destruction swallowed the entire space, pulling the two devil kings into it. Even though they transformed into giants, it was useless. Under the might of the vortex of destruction, everything was destroyed. Boom! The world-destroying might returned to the cauldron. Qin Wentian stretched his hand out and kept the cauldron. The three devil kings all vanished. With an intention of his will, Qin Wentian's immortal city shrank and vanished. The light from the ancient city vanished as Qin Wentian's body fell straight down from the air. Nanfeng Ruoxuan's speed was the fastest. She transformed into a phoenix shadow and caught Qin Wentian's body. The others all rushed over, and when they saw the unconscious Qin Wentian, they were silently cursing this madman in their hearts. Leave this place immediately, let's go. Nanfeng Ruoxuan took out a divine weapon as the group of them sped away, leaving this space. Xianyu stared at Qin Wentian, who had fainted on his last breath as her countenance turned pale. This person who killed the three great demon kings, would he die? Chapter 1279. On the fallen Devil Island, in the Devil Palace of the Devil Emperor, the crowd gradually dispersed, but there were still countless people gathered around the palace. At this moment, there was news that the young man with outstanding talent, Qin Wentian, actually used a teleportation array to leave the island. This caused many to silently muse that this fellow was truly intelligent, knowing that there was no place for him on the fallen Devil Island. There were also rumors that three Devil Kings and Qin Wentian left the island at the same time. When this news circulated out, many people silently sighed at how Qin Wentian didn't know how to appreciate favors. What a pity, he died just like that. Three Devil Kings left the fallen Devil Island, how could Qin Wentian survive? Even the fallen Devil Emperor wouldn't say anything. After all, that place was no longer within the boundaries of the fallen Devil Island. In addition, would the Devil Emperor speak up for a junior who didn't give him any face? Very swiftly, the identities of these three Devil Kings were dug out. One of them was the master of the Black Jiao Devil Island, the Black Jiao Devil King, and the other was an expert from the Royal Devil sect. Ba Xiao died in Qin Wentian's hands, the Royal Devil sect naturally wouldn't spare him. As for the last person, everyone already knew about him, but very few people talked about it. It was best not to offend the old Xia Devil King. Father, what should we do? The Blackstone Devil King and the third princess were outside the sect. When they heard the news, the expression on the third princess's face turned extremely ugly. There were actually three Devil Kings chasing after them. I've already warned him before. In addition, Qin Wentian isn't a reckless person. Since he rejected the reward from the Devil Emperor, he should have some confidence. The Blackstone Devil King spoke in a low voice. Not far away from them, a sinister gaze shot over. It was none other than the son of the Black Jiao Devil King. Yen Yurua, just you wait. I will definitely take good care of you. That devilish young man coldly spoke. Beside him was an expert from a major power on the fallen Devil Island. This person was none other than his foster father. The third princess coldly snorted but didn't say anything. At this moment, the countenance of the devilish young man drastically changed, turning pale. Father! With a loud roar, the eyes of the devilish young man turned bloodshot. His entire body trembled violently as though he knew something extremely terrifying. What's going on? His godfather asked. Godfather, father, he. The devilish young man's body trembled violently, and his eyes were filled with endless fear. Father, he's dead. Numerous gazes suddenly shot over, all of them exceptionally sharp. The Black Jiao Devil King was dead. This was interesting. The Black Jiao Demon King was one of the people chasing after Qin Wentian, and he was actually dead. So, was he killed by the other two Devil Kings because of the uneven distribution of the spoils, or was he killed by Qin Wentian? Most probably, it was because of the former. No matter how strong Qin Wentian was, he was still at the Devil Foundation realm. How could he fight against Devil Kings, let alone 3 of them? The eyes of the Blackstone Devil King and the third princess flashed. The Black Jiao Devil King had died. This was truly a joyous matter. Let's hope that this was done by Qin Wentian. Not long after, the people from the Royal Devil sect flew into a rage. It was said that the Devil King they sent out had also died. Everyone sighed silently. The people sent out by Old Xia were so powerful. Wasn't this too ruthless? It was one thing to snatch away Qin Wentian's items, but they actually killed 2 other Devil Kings as well. Most probably, because of Old Xia's background, the Black Jiao Devil King and the Royal Devil sect didn't dare to take revenge. At this moment, news circulated out. The Old Xia Devil King was also enraged. He sent people to seek out the experts from the Royal Devil sect and was extremely tyrannical. It seemed that the Devil King he sent out was also killed. At this moment, everyone fell silent. Wasn't it an internal conflict due to the uneven distribution of the spoils? Wasn't it 3 Devil Kings killing each other? How could this be possible? They didn't dare to think about it. How could Qin Wentian do this? Several days later, the death of the 3 Devil Kings was verified. They had truly died. This news caused a huge wave of commotion on the fallen Devil Island. Was this the domineering reply of the young man who rejected the Devil Emperor? The vast Sky Devil region and the fallen Devil region belonged to the neighboring regions and similarly controlled a myriad of Devil Islands. The vast Sky Devil Island was the core of the vast Sky Devil region. In a courtyard on the vast Sky Devil Island, a group of people gathered together to investigate. Their gazes were fixed on the young man lying on the bed as their brows were tightly furrowed. Nanfeng Ruoxuan sat beside Qin Wentian. Her brows were furrowed as she inclined her head and stared at everyone. How is he? Qida asked. His vitality is extremely tenacious, and there's a powerful force protecting his life, so there's no danger to his life. However, the heavy injuries this time, as well as using uncontrollable power twice, have damaged his foundation. I don't know how long it will take for him to fully recover. Nanfeng Ruoxuan spoke in a low voice. His injuries are extremely heavy and might even affect his future cultivation. Are the pills useless? No. Nanfeng Ruoxuan shook her head. Everyone fell silent. Qin Wentian was a core character of the adjudication battle and now, Huang Shatian was already a step ahead. If Qin Wentian really took too long to recover, the consequences would be unimaginable. Let alone the fact that his injuries might even affect Qin Wentian's foundation. Xinu stared at Qin Wentian, who was quietly lying on the bed, as her beautiful eyes flashed with a hint of sadness. The scene of Qin Wentian killing 3 devil kings in a single battle still lingered in her mind. How imposing was that? Xinu didn't expect that she would be able to meet such a character and even have a connection with him. Although she was only acquainted with Qin Wentian for a short period of time, she knew that characters like Qin Wentian weren't people she would be able to come into contact with normally. Glancing at the experts in the surroundings, every one of them was a peak-level genius. Sir Qin, he should be from the Immortal Realms, right? Xinu asked in a low voice. Nanfeng Ruoxuan nodded. She wasn't very fond of Xinu. I heard from Sir Qin that he has a wife. Can I know some things about Sir Qin? Xinu asked. Nanfeng Ruoxuan actually didn't have any good feelings towards Xinu, especially towards Qinger's senior apprentice sister Mozian. But no matter what, Xinu did help them. It was her who sent the news, allowing them to leave the fallen Devil Island in the shortest amount of time possible. Let me tell you. Mozian's voice was cold. Xinu glanced at her. She wasn't angry and only had a light smile on her face. She knew that females wouldn't like people like her. One of Qin Wentian's fiancées is my junior apprentice sister. Mozian spoke. Xinu's beautiful eyes flashed. She could understand Mozian's cold attitude even more now. My junior apprentice sister is the daughter of an immortal empire's great emperor. Her talent is outstanding and she was destined to be extraordinary. She was acquainted with Qin Wentian ever since they were young and have been together for many years. Our master is a peak-stage immortal emperor in the Immortal Realms. If we were in the Immortal Realms, our master would be able to easily slap the fallen devil emperor to death. Mozian spoke, intentionally intimidating Xinu. Xinu was truly shocked. Her beautiful eyes froze. She had guessed that Qin Wentian had an extraordinary origin, but she didn't expect it to be to this extent. His fiancée was the daughter of an immortal empire's great emperor, a personal disciple of a peak-stage immortal emperor. What sort of woman was she? No wonder Sir Qin was so unmoved by her allure. His other lover is his childhood sweetheart. They have been in love for many years and both possess empire-toppling beauty. Mozian calmly spoke. Xinu smiled. Only these 2 women were a perfect match for Sir Qin. Qin Wentian came from a particle world in the Immortal Realms and rose up. He has peak-tier talent and obtained the favor of many immortal emperors. Even my junior apprentice sister's father is willing to betroth his daughter to him. This time, he came to the myriad Devil Islands because of my junior apprentice sister, wanting to participate in a battle against Huang Shatian. You have also seen Huang Shatian for yourself. He is a supreme genius from another peak power in the Immortal Realms. Mozian spoke concisely. Xinu nodded lightly. No wonder Huang Shatian was so powerful. Other than Qin Wentian, in this vast battlefield, there was no one else who could stand shoulder to shoulder with him. Only he was qualified to be Sir Qin's opponent. Do you understand now? Mozian's gaze was deep as she stared at Xinu. I understand, thank you. Xinu nodded lightly. Don't worry, I won't have any improper thoughts. I know I'm not worthy of Sir Qin. Mozian didn't say anything. This Xinu was an extremely intelligent woman and was proficient in reading people's expressions. However, I have a method to allow Sir Qin to recover faster. However, I need some time. Xinu spoke in a light voice. Mozian's eyes flashed. She stared at Xinu with some suspicion as she asked, Are you serious? Although Xinu is lowly, I won't joke about such a thing. Sir Qin has shown me kindness before, I will naturally do my best for him. Xinu spoke in a light voice. Let her try. Qida spoke. He didn't care about the Saint Lord's feelings, he was only concerned about Qin Wentian's safety. He entered the Celestial Devil Lodge together with Qin Wentian, he knew that Xianu wouldn't harm Qin Wentian. Right, how long do you need? Mo Xian nodded. I'm not sure as well, it would have to depend on Sir Qin's own recovery ability. I will do my best, and during this period of time, I mustn't be disturbed. After I succeed, I will naturally leave. Xianu spoke. Mo Xian's eyes flashed, they were both decisive characters. She nodded and directly turned to leave, leaving behind only Xianu and Qin Wentian. Xianu sealed this space and walked to the side of Qin Wentian. Staring at that angular face, she stretched out her hand and gently caressed Qin Wentian's face as she sighed in her heart. In the end, she still couldn't escape from this. Being able to meet Qin Wentian, maybe, this was also fate's arrangement. At the corner of her eyes, a tear flowed down, landing on Qin Wentian's face. But right now, Qin Wentian was still unconscious. That beautiful countenance of hers couldn't be seen, let alone the smile on her face. However, that pair of beautiful eyes of hers was exceptionally resolute, as though she had no regrets. Chapter 1280. Time flowed by, the death of the 3 devil kings on the fallen Devil Island gradually faded away. On the vast Sky Devil Island, the appearance of a few more people wouldn't cause any ripples at all. Today, Qin Wentian woke up from his sleep. He opened his eyes and the faces of Qida, Nanfeng Ruoxuan and the others entered his vision. Qin Wentian clenched his fists as a surge of energy gushed through his entire body. His eyes gleamed with sharpness as his pitch-black pupils shone with the profoundness of the starry skies. His entire person seemed to be filled with boundless energy. What's going on? Qin Wentian directly sat up. Other than the stiffness in his body, he didn't feel any discomfort. His injuries had long recovered, and what was even more shocking was his cultivation base. How could this be possible? Glancing at everyone, Qin Wentian asked, "Where's Lady Xianu?" During these days, he had been dreaming. In his dreams, some things happened that he couldn't speak of, causing him to feel ashamed. Other than this, in his dreams, he also cultivated, time and time again. Regardless of the things that he couldn't speak of or his cultivation, he repeated them many times. The person who appeared the most in his dreams was none other than Xianu. Hence, when he opened his eyes and didn't see Xianu, the first thing he asked was where she was. "Are you alright?" Mo Xian asked. Qin Wentian shook his head, "I'm fine now. Also, my cultivation base, this shouldn't be possible. Although I'm at the peak of the 7th level and could break through to the 8th level at any time, but," Mo Xian and the others exchanged mutual glances. In her eyes, there was actually a trace of guilt. She then spoke in a light voice, "Lady Xianu has returned to the fallen Devil Island. I personally sent her away. I believe given her intelligence, nothing will happen to her." Return to the fallen Devil Island? Qin Wentian frowned. Lady Xianu said that she promised the Lodge Lord of the Celestial Devil Lodge that she would definitely return. This time around, her accompanying us here was merely an accident. Mo Xian said. Qin Wentian looked at the others, and the eye of truth flashed in his eyes. There was a terrifying look in his eyes, but it disappeared in a flash. Qin Wentian frowned. He saw a faint sense of guilt in the eyes of Mo Xian and the others, as well as a trace of complicated emotions. What on earth had happened? Mercury Lady Demonic Art. Qin Wentian closed his eyes. Could it be that the dream was real? Drawing in a deep breath, Qin Wentian stared at Qida and asked, "Has Lady Xianu really returned to the fallen Devil Island?" "Yes." Qida nodded. "Yes." Qin Wentian nodded lightly and didn't say anything more. He stood up and walked out as he asked, "During this period of time when I was unconscious, did you investigate the situation on this island? If we want to meet the vast Sky Devil Emperor, there's only one way." Nanfeng Ruoxuan spoke. "What method?" Qin Wentian's eyes flashed. Clearly, everyone understood what he meant. Since they came to the fallen devil region and wanted to stop Huang Shatian, there was only one way, and that was to seek the Devil Emperor for help. It's basically impossible to meet the Devil Emperor. Let alone people of our cultivation base, even Devil Kings wouldn't be able to meet him. On this island, there's only one person who can bring us to meet the Devil Emperor. The daughter of the vast Sky Devil Emperor, the little princess of the vast Sky Devil region. This girl isn't very old and is doted on by the vast Sky Devil Emperor. She has an unruly personality but is extremely fond of martial arts and would often choose powerful devil cultivators to spar with the princess. The weaker ones would die while the victor would be rewarded. If one is strong enough, they can become her devil knight. Nanfeng Ruoxuan spoke. Qin Wentian's eyes flashed. They wanted to start from the daughter of the Devil Emperor. The daughter of the Devil Emperor wouldn't be as easy to serve as that devilish female Yen Yuruo. Her standards would surely be extremely high, and Nanfeng Ruoxuan also said that she would make things difficult for others. If she found someone to spar with, the weaker ones would die. From this, one could see that she basically didn't place others in her eyes at all. However, the Devil Emperor was a lofty existence. If he wanted to meet the Devil Emperor, he had to do it through a springboard. This little princess of the vast Sky Devil region was his only method. Let me try. Qin Wentian spoke. It's rumored that the daughter of the vast Sky Devil Emperor has a temperamental personality. Right now, there are fewer and fewer people who dare to head to her residence to spar. It's extremely dangerous, we have to be careful. Nanfeng Ruoxuan instructed. With regards to Qin Wentian's strength, they naturally had absolute trust in him. It's just that the status of the daughter of the Devil Emperor was extraordinary. No one could predict what would happen if they went to her residence. In addition, Qin Wentian's personality was extremely arrogant. If the daughter of the Devil Emperor wanted to make things difficult for him and Qin Wentian resisted, then, I will be careful. Qin Wentian spoke in a light voice. There's no time to lose, let's move out now. Everyone nodded and left this place together. Several days later, in Princess Qing's residence, in the vast and majestic land of the Devil Gate, figures of powerhouses passed through the towering city walls and entered through the Devil Gate. Both sides were lined with powerful guards, and there were even Devil King realm powerhouses guarding this place. Although no one dared to act against the princess on this Devil Island, the guards of the princess residence were all extremely powerful and were all personally selected by the princess. Qin Wentian was also among the crowd. This time around, there were over 10 experts who entered the residence together with him. All of them were characters at the peak of Devil Foundation because the princess was also at this level. In addition, it was rumored that the princess herself was extremely powerful. It wasn't easy to enter her eyes. On the way, there were experts guiding them. This residence was like a fortress, it didn't seem like the residence of a female. It was more like the residence of a Devil King. They were brought to a spacious martial arena. There were demonic walls on all sides, and there were experts guarding above. There were even Devil Kings among them, and they were all looking down at everything below. Qin Wentian inclined his head and stared at the devil walls. He only felt that this place was like a prison, and the atmosphere was extremely solemn. At this moment, a group of figures appeared on top of the devil walls. The person in the center exuded extraordinary grace and was incomparably outstanding. Her expression was cold, and no one could tell if she was happy or angry. She stared at Qin Wentian and the others with no emotions in her eyes. We pay our respects to the princess. The people around Qin Wentian all bowed. They came here for a single purpose, and that was to become a devil knight for the princess. Although there were many dangers, the greater the risk, the greater the reward. If they could climb up step by step, their futures would be boundless. Although the princess was known to be unruly and tyrannical, she had never forced anyone to enter her residence. From a certain perspective, she was also providing an opportunity for them. Only half of you can live. Same rules as before, each of you will choose an opponent and kill them. A serving girl beside the princess spoke in a cold voice. The serving girls of the princess were all extremely arrogant and rude. As for the rule that only half of them could live, it had always been like this. If not, some weaklings would try to fish in muddy waters and enter the princess' residence. The princess didn't have the leisure to admire the battles of these weaklings. Hence, this was the only reason why these weaklings didn't dare to enter the princess' residence. In an instant, a powerful devil might gushed forth. Qin Wentian stood in an empty space as cold light swept over him. Rumbling sounds rang out as the battle erupted. One of the devil cultivators stared coldly at Qin Wentian. His silhouette trembled as a towering devil might gushed forth as a devil palm imprint blasted out. Boom! Devil chi gushed forth from Qin Wentian as fiend god light circulated around him, exuding an unexcelled aura. Bang! The powerful palm imprint slammed into Qin Wentian, yet it actually had no way to break through Qin Wentian's defense. Only to see Qin Wentian standing with his hands clasped behind his back as he calmly inclined his head and stared at his opponent, his countenance cold to the extreme. That person's countenance changed. He knew how foolish it was to choose to kill Qin Wentian this time around. His silhouette flashed, wanting to flee. Qin Wentian lifted his palms and retaliated, instantly blasting his opponent far away, heavily injuring him. On the devil wall, Fang Xueqing's gaze turned to Qin Wentian as a gleam of light flickered in her eyes. This was the battle that ended the fastest. In addition, the attack of a peak-level Devil Foundation expert actually had no way to break through his defense. The loser shall die. The serving girl beside Fang Xueqing coldly spoke. A moment later, a powerful devil cultivator walked towards the heavily injured devil cultivator and directly killed him, her actions incomparably cold and emotionless. The battle continued, and after it ended, all those who were defeated died. Fang Xueqing's eyes were as calm as ever. Qin Wentian inclined his head and glanced at her. This daughter of a devil emperor, it wasn't appropriate to use the word unruly to describe her. For those who survived, you can choose not to die. But if you are killed in the following battles, you can't blame anyone else. Same rules, only the 3 strongest will remain. Fang Xueqing's serving girl continued. From the start till the end, Fang Xueqing didn't say a single word at all. A chaotic battle erupted, yet Qin Wentian was as though he had nothing to do with it. He quietly stood there as a brilliant light circulated around him. Despite the earth-shattering sounds of collision, he stood there steadily. Someone unleashed an attack in Qin Wentian's direction. Qin Wentian's eyes flashed as he lifted his fist and punched out, shattering everything. That person who ambushed him was directly punched in the chest as fresh blood gushed forth. His opponent took advantage of this opportunity to kill him. This person was originally stronger than his opponent, but when he saw Qin Wentian standing there unmoving, he was extremely unhappy and wanted to attack. Who would have thought that he would encounter a baleful god? The battle was still intense, but Qin Wentian didn't seem to be here at all. No one dared to touch him. Fang Xueqing stared at the silhouette of Qin Wentian. Among these people, it seemed that she was only interested in Qin Wentian. Very swiftly, only 3 people remained on the battlefield. The others either died or were brought away. Qin Wentian was naturally one of the 3. He stays. Reward the other 2 and let them leave. Fang Xueqing pointed to Qin Wentian as she spoke. The eyes of the other 2 flickered as disappointment flashed in their eyes. Even so, they still couldn't stay. Only Qin Wentian was left in the vast and empty space. Why don't you try it with me? Fang Xueqing took a step forward as her serving girl followed beside her. Qin Wentian inclined his head and stared at her as he calmly spoke, "Princess, you are not my opponent. It's best if you don't try." Impudent. That serving girl coldly snorted. Her silhouette was like a bolt of lightning as she shot towards Qin Wentian. Scram! Qin Wentian opened his mouth and spat out a thunderous roar. Ancient characters spat out from his mouth, directly sealing the entire space as they slammed down. With a piercing sound, that serving girl coughed out blood as her body was flung backwards. Her countenance was as pale as paper. Chapter 1281. Qin Wentian's words were a little exaggerated. His perfect immortal foundation wasn't merely because of the sacred luminance. However, the vast Sky Devil Emperor wouldn't know of this. Also, he couldn't let the Devil Emperor know that the sacred luminance was with him. If not, that would simply be courting death. Senior Devil Emperor, I know you can find someone to use special methods to seize my memories. However, I swear that only I can enter that place. In addition, if the Devil Emperor really wants to do so, I will naturally die. Qin Wentian decisively spoke. This battle is extremely important to me. If not, I wouldn't have taken the risk to come here to meet Senior Devil Emperor. How arrogant was this? Feng Xueqing's beautiful eyes were as cold as swords, incomparably sharp. She stared at Qin Wentian. In that case, I really want to try. After traveling for quite some time, Feng Xueqing finally brought Qin Wentian to an incomparably majestic emperor palace. Princess is intelligent. I have a request. Qin Wentian spoke. I want to meet my father. Feng Xueqing calmly spoke. At this moment, a voice drifted over. Xueqing, is that little fellow beside you your new guard? I've never seen him before. Truth be told, I came to the Myriad Devil Islands because of a battle. If I return earlier, I will die for sure. I have to wait for another 9 years. Qin Wentian spoke. The vast Sky Devil Emperor quietly stared at him. The pressure he exuded was as strong as ever. The sacred luminance is in the immortal realms? The Devil Emperor asked. Boom! A fearsome aura gushed forth from Qin Wentian. His fiend god physique bore down on Feng Xueqing as he lifted his palms, radiating divine might that pressed down on her. Feng Xueqing's countenance drastically changed. After that, the gigantic palm imprint directly slammed down. It was like the palm of a divinity, there was no way for her to defend against it. Oh! Feng Xueqing stared at Qin Wentian as she coldly spoke, why do I need to introduce you to him? You said that I'm not a match for you. Without trying, how can you be so confident? Feng Xueqing wasn't angered. She quietly stared at Qin Wentian, her voice was as calm as ever. I don't have the time to guard you for 10 years. The Devil Emperor coldly spoke. This fellow truly dared to open his mouth. Taking a step forward, he followed behind Feng Xueqing. On both sides, there were devil kings guarding them. If Qin Wentian dared to make any dangerous moves, he would be killed instantly. Yes, someone replied. It was rumored that the sacred luminance contained divine might, a type of mysterious and unfathomable energy. Anything that was cleansed by it would undergo a transformation, allowing stellar martial cultivators to reach an even more perfect state. Also, the 10 years of protection he mentioned earlier was most probably to pave the way for them to attack the fallen Devil Island. There's a secret realm in the immortal realms that only I can open. I can bring the Devil Emperor and the princess there to bathe in the light of the sacred luminance. In fact, if the Devil Emperor has other sons and daughters, they can also go there together. Qin Wentian spoke. What is your purpose in coming to my residence? Feng Xueqing asked. Such a character shouldn't have appeared here. Since he wanted to become an imperial guard, he must have some wild ambitions. There's no need to try. On the vast Sky Devil Island, there won't be anyone at the Devil Foundation realm who can be my opponent. Qin Wentian calmly spoke. However, it was precisely this calm voice that was filled with arrogance, to the point where it could even be said to be arrogant to the extreme. Perfect grade immortal foundation. A strange light flashed in the eyes of the Devil Emperor, he suddenly felt some interest. He didn't say anything and quietly waited for Qin Wentian to continue speaking. Qin Wentian stared at Feng Xueqing. Before this, he had been observing her and knew that Feng Xueqing wasn't as unruly as the rumors said. This woman wasn't simple at all. Hence, he went straight to the point, not hiding anything from her. How dare you? That serving girl stood up, glaring at Qin Wentian with eyes as sharp as swords. As Feng Xueqing's personal serving girl, who wouldn't be respectful to her? Who had ever dared to treat her in such a manner? Father, I have something I need to see you about. Feng Xueqing spoke. Qin Wentian surveyed the vast Sky Devil Emperor. This Devil Emperor character who could dominate an entire region, other than exuding a sense of imposingness, he didn't exude any aura at all. Since he was meeting with his daughter in his own home, he naturally wouldn't display the might of a Devil Emperor. What's the matter? Feng Xueqing's eyes gleamed with a bright light. This man actually wanted to see her father. What great ambitions! Although the vast Sky Devil Emperor was a Devil Emperor, he had never met the sacred luminance before. However, with Feng Xueqing leading the way, there were no obstructions. If Qin Wentian came alone, let alone meeting the Devil Emperor, he would most probably be killed the moment he stepped into the outermost gate of the Devil Palace. In that case, I beg Senior to attack the fallen Devil Island and search for some people for me. When the 10 years limit is up, I will definitely keep my promise and bring the Devil Emperor to the Immortal Realms to look for the sacred luminance. If the Devil Emperor doesn't believe me, you can send experts to monitor me during these 10 years. Qin Wentian bowed. Sacred luminance. Qin Wentian spoke. The eyes of the Devil Emperor flashed, gleaming with a resplendent light. Perfect Devil Foundation. Feng Xueqing stared at Qin Wentian. Why do you want to see me? The Devil Emperor asked. You want me to start a war with another Devil Emperor? The vast Sky Devil Emperor laughed. What a crafty fellow. The vast Sky Devil Emperor coldly laughed. Monitor you? I think it's to protect you. You guys wait here for me. Feng Xueqing spoke to the people behind her. After that, she turned to Qin Wentian, come with me. Junior Qin Wentian pays my respects to Senior Devil Emperor. Qin Wentian bowed as he called out. Bang! A raging wind buffeted Feng Xueqing's countenance, her long hair fluttered wildly in the wind. That palm imprint halted in the air above her head as she closed her eyes. The experts in the surroundings all unleashed their terrifying auras, enveloping Qin Wentian. If that palm strike landed, the princess would definitely die. After speaking, she brought Qin Wentian and continued forward, entering a courtyard within the Emperor Palace. A middle-aged expert was currently sitting in front of a pavilion, smiling at her. Xueqing, I've never seen you bringing anyone here before. Seems like your relationship isn't bad. I need Senior Devil Emperor to protect me for 10 years. Qin Wentian spoke. In addition, the sacred luminance could ignore cultivation levels, possessing unfathomable power. It was extremely rare. I wish to meet with the Devil Emperor. Princess, please guide me. Qin Wentian spoke. If Qin Wentian couldn't give her an explanation, she believed that given how powerful this man was, he wouldn't be so foolish. What do you want? The Devil Emperor asked. The whistling wind dissipated. Feng Xueqing opened her eyes and stared at Qin Wentian, who was calmly standing before her as a bright light flashed in her eyes. Back then when Junior was at the Celestial Phenomenon Realm, I had yet to establish my Immortal Foundation. However, I had a miraculous encounter and my body underwent a transformation. When I stepped into the Immortal Foundation realm, I established a perfect Immortal Foundation and my fleshly body is incomparably perfect. Qin Wentian spoke. The Devil Emperor would definitely be interested in this. Qin Wentian merely laughed. A serving girl actually dared to have such a temper. The Devil Palace of the vast Sky Devil Emperor was naturally incomparably imposing, exuding a majestic aura. However, the guards at the entrance were as many as the clouds. Devil kings could be seen everywhere. He came here to meet with the Devil Emperor. If even a serving girl dared to berate him, how would he have the qualifications to meet with the Devil Emperor? Junior comes from the immortal realms. Qin Wentian released his immortal might. This time around, he released a perfect immortal foundation instead of a devil foundation. Feng Xueqing's eyes flashed as she stared at Qin Wentian. This fellow actually lied to her. Come over. The voice of the Devil Emperor drifted over. As she spoke, her aura erupted forth. In an instant, an extreme coldness and pressure radiated from her, extremely powerful. Feng Xueqing loved to battle, her subordinates were all extremely powerful characters on the Devil Islands. She would only choose the strongest among them. If not, she wouldn't have left Qin Wentian alone today. The princess residence Feng Xueqing stayed in was a palace. Her personality was independent and she didn't stay in the devil palace of the vast sky Devil Emperor. She chose to stay in the palace instead. Right. Feng Xueqing didn't say anything more and directly nodded her head. Her personality was extremely decisive. So what if Qin Wentian met with her father? In front of her father, Qin Wentian's cultivation base was simply too low. He basically didn't have the qualifications to speak. To her, there wouldn't be any losses at all. The expression of the vast sky Devil Emperor turned cold. A terrifying might bore down on Qin Wentian as he spoke, "You are truly gutsy." Qin Wentian kept his immortal foundation and nodded, "That's right, I had a stroke of good fortune that allowed me to establish a perfect devil foundation. If Princess allows me to meet with the Devil Emperor, I will naturally tell him everything." The legendary divine object, the sacred luminance. On the vast sky Devil Island, there was no one at the Devil Foundation realm who was his opponent. This matter is extremely important, I need to meet with the Devil Emperor first. Father has misunderstood. This man is here to meet with you. Feng Xueqing spoke. The eyes of the Devil Emperor flashed, he stared at Qin Wentian, "Meet with me?" The Devil Emperor stared at Qin Wentian as a strange light flashed in his eyes. A person with such a low cultivation base actually didn't seem to be nervous when meeting with him. This caused him to be extremely bewildered. After the baptism of the sacred luminance, Qin Wentian's body was extremely close to perfection. After that, he established a perfect immortal foundation during his cultivation. Princess. Many experts came over, bowing to Feng Xueqing. Qin Wentian coldly glanced at her. Just a single glance instantly caused her to fall into hell. She only felt a pair of terrifying eyes staring at her as she fell into an illusory hell. Her body trembled as an unsightly expression appeared on her face. She had been by the princess's side for so many years but she had never met such a powerful character before. "Is father here?" Feng Xueqing asked. "What good fortune." The voice of the vast sky Devil Emperor was calm. He was truly curious, what good fortune could allow someone to establish a perfect immortal foundation? "I can give you a chance to transform." Qin Wentian spoke. Feng Xueqing's eyes flashed, she stared at Qin Wentian with cold arrogance as she continued, "Speak clearly. Come with me." Feng Xueqing spoke. After that, she turned and soared into the air. Her serving girl coldly glanced at Qin Wentian before following behind her. "Princess, bring me to meet with the Devil Emperor. I will naturally speak clearly." "Princess, please take a look." Only to see Qin Wentian's immortal foundation blooming forth. However, it was covered in devil chi, resembling a devil foundation. This devil foundation rotated rapidly, appearing flawless. Qin Wentian calmly stood there. His eyes gleamed with spirit as he stared at the serving girl. "What's the matter?" Feng Xueqing's eyes flashed. Chapter 1282. If it wasn't for the fact that he had no other choice, Qin Wentian wouldn't have come here to meet with the Devil Emperor and even used the sacred luminance as bait. He was very clear that this was an extremely dangerous thing to do. If the vast Sky Devil Emperor wasn't too interested in the sacred luminance or didn't want to waste time on him, Qin Wentian would immediately be in a dangerous situation. However, Huang Shatian had already obtained the help of the fallen Devil Emperor. If he didn't seek help from the fallen Devil Emperor, he would have already lost half of this adjudication battle. At this moment, the vast Sky Devil Emperor stared at Qin Wentian. That pressure was still present, and although it wasn't as tyrannical as before, it still caused perspiration to appear on Qin Wentian's body. He, who was at the Immortal Foundation realm, was actually negotiating with a Devil Emperor. This was clearly an impulsive action. Is it really because of the sacred luminance that you established a perfect saint-grade immortal foundation? Since you have bathed in the sacred luminance before, how much use do you think it would be to immortal emperors? The Devil Emperor calmly asked, his devilish voice lingering in the air, causing Qin Wentian to not dare to lie. The vast Sky Devil Emperor knew that the sacred luminance would definitely exist in an extraordinary place and it couldn't be brought around. Hence, he didn't suspect that Qin Wentian had the sacred luminance on him. I don't dare to say that I completely relied on the sacred luminance to establish my saint-grade immortal foundation. But back then when I barged into the secret realm, I had a few good friends with me. Right now, the lowest grade of their immortal foundation is at least a 5th-tier king grade. Also, their cultivation speed is extremely fast. At that time, we were all at different cultivation bases and the sacred luminance has the same effect to everyone. As for how useful it would be to immortal emperors, this junior doesn't dare to say. Qin Wentian honestly replied. The vast Sky Devil Emperor fell silent. His daughter Fang Xueqing's beautiful eyes stared at Qin Wentian. This sacred luminance would definitely be extremely useful to her, it would be able to aid her in breaking through to the immortal king realm. However, she wouldn't ask for anything. The vast Sky Devil Emperor also glanced at Fang Xueqing as he spoke, your status in the immortal realms should be extraordinary, right? If you are someone from an immortal emperor's sect, how would I know that you wouldn't play any tricks? This place was the Myriad Devil Islands, his home ground. Qin Wentian naturally wouldn't be able to play any tricks here. But in the immortal realms, he, the Devil Emperor of the Myriad Devil Islands, would have many restrictions. Junior doesn't have any conflict of interest with Senior Devil Emperor. If Senior is willing to lend Junior a helping hand, why would I scheme against Senior? In addition, if I dared to lie to a character like Senior, even if I have an immortal emperor behind my back, I would still be filled with trepidation. Qin Wentian spoke. When are we leaving? The Demon Emperor suddenly asked. Qin Wentian's eyes flashed, the sooner the better. Just wait for me to call a few friends over, then we can set off immediately. I admire your guts. Go and bring your friends over. The Demon Emperor waved his hand as he spoke. Qin Wentian bowed to the Demon Emperor and smiled, many thanks for Senior's help. As he spoke, Qin Wentian directly turned and left. The fact that things could proceed so smoothly caused Qin Wentian to feel joy in his heart. However, this should also be the attraction of the sacred luminance. Right now, his cultivation base was still weak. Once he breaks through to the immortal king realm, he would be able to make good use of the sacred luminance. Father, did you agree to his request so easily? Fang Xueqing asked the Demon Emperor. Since he wants to experience the sacred luminance, why must he play so many schemes? In the end, it would only end up in vain. Sometimes, it's better to be simpler. The vast Sky Devil Emperor spoke. At that time, if he really dares to play tricks on me, even if he has an immortal emperor backing him, I will still be able to take his life. Father is right. I will send him out. Fang Xueqing left, following after Qin Wentian. After Qin Wentian left the Emperor Palace, he immediately returned, using his fastest speed to bring Qi De and the others to the Devil Palace. At the same time, the vast Sky Devil Emperor summoned his subordinates. When Qin Wentian arrived at the Emperor Palace again, a terrifying army appeared before him, causing Qin Wentian to feel fear in his heart. As expected of a devil emperor that ruled over an entire region. With a single command, he could summon all the devil kings here, turning them into an army of devil kings. How terrifying. Let's move out. There's a spatial array in my Emperor Palace that leads to the Fallen Devil region. We will be able to reach the Fallen Devil Island soon. The vast Sky Devil Emperor stood there and spoke. Qin Wentian nodded. Qida and the others were all shocked. This fellow Qin Wentian, what methods did he use exactly? He actually managed to convince a devil emperor to mobilize an army of devil kings for him. Qin Wentian was like a miracle. Okay. Qin Wentian nodded and prepared to move out. And at this moment, on the Fallen Devil Island, the matter of the Devil Emperor's birthday banquet had already calmed down. Many devil kings were still active on the Fallen Devil Island, but there were also quite a few who have already left, returning to their own islands. Naturally, the Devil Emperor has already done what he promised Huang Shatian. He has already issued an order to the devil kings who came to attend the birthday banquet to search for the person Huang Shatian was looking for. Once there was news, they were to immediately report it to the Fallen Devil Island. As for the death of the 3 devil kings back then, fewer and fewer people talked about it. That unyielding young man who dared to reject the Devil Emperor during the birthday banquet was also gradually forgotten by people. Occasionally, people would only think of him when the birthday banquet was mentioned. But even now, there were still people guessing how the 3 devil kings died exactly. Could that arrogant young man really be able to kill 3 devil kings? Nobody knew what happened exactly on that day. But no matter what happened, it would eventually fade away. The Devil Emperor wouldn't be affected by the death of a few devil kings. He wouldn't regret the decision he made during the birthday banquet back then. To him, all these were just minor matters. Although the old Xia Devil King was enraged, his anger soon subsided. He only lost a Devil King subordinate, but what Huang Shatian gave him was much more precious. It was just a pity that he didn't manage to capture Qin Wentian. If that was the case, all the treasures on Qin Wentian would belong to him. During these few days, it was rare for the Devil Emperor to be free. The old Xia Devil King would accompany the Devil Emperor to play chess and drink tea. With such an old friend, the old Xia Devil King naturally wanted to solidify their relationship when the Devil Emperor was free so that they wouldn't drift apart. After all, for characters like the Devil Emperor, once he entered closed-door seclusion or went out to temper himself, it might take a very long period of time. In the Emperor Palace, the Devil Emperor and the old Xia Devil King were currently playing chess. Beside them, there were many other Devil Kings chatting and drinking tea. The atmosphere was very peaceful. Old Xia, I might have to leave for a period of time soon. The fallen Devil Emperor placed a chess piece down as he spoke to the old Xia Devil King. Are you going to roam the world again? I'm really envious of you, being able to enter some places I don't have the qualifications to. The old Xia Devil King shook his head and laughed. Envious? The Devil Emperor shook his head. At my level, wanting to improve a single step is as difficult as ascending the heavens. I can only go to some unknown places and sometimes, I might even be risking my life. Even if you don't improve, you are already a sovereign of a devil region. The old Xia Devil King consoled. You must know that in this world, if you don't advance, it would be equivalent to you falling back. After 1,000 years, there would always be people who would surpass you. Let alone us sovereigns of devil regions, we aren't as free and unfettered as you imagine us to be. The power of the myriad devil sovereign is the true supreme existence. Even if we are incomparably imposing and glorious, if we are careless, we would still be consigned to eternal damnation. The Devil Emperor spoke in a light voice. That's right, at different levels, the scenery we see would naturally be different. The characters we face would also be different. Right now, I only hope that I can step into your realm while you want to continue advancing. Our cultivation is truly endless, I wonder if there's an end to it. The old Xia Devil King inclined his head and stared at the sky. End? The Devil Emperor pointed to the sky. How can there be an end to this sky? The voice of the fallen Devil Emperor was filled with sorrow. Even as a Devil Emperor, he basically didn't know what the end was. In the world of cultivation, there seemed to be no limit. The stronger one was, the more one could feel how insignificant a person's strength was. In front of those with lower cultivation bases, they would stare up at them and feel that they were unfathomably deep. But as their strength grew stronger, their horizons grew higher and the world they saw became even vaster. Yeah, the boundless constellations, the 9 astral rivers, where is the end? The old Xia Devil King also sighed. For immortal emperors, they could directly borrow the power of the constellations, becoming one with the heavens and earth. However, in front of the boundless constellations in the 9 heavenly layers, they were merely people who could borrow the power of the constellations. At this moment, the sound of footsteps rang out. A Devil King appeared not far away and bowed, "Sir Devil Emperor, there's an anomaly at the border of the island. There's news saying that there are many experts entering the island." Anomaly? The fallen Devil Emperor shook his head. "I'm on this island, what else can happen?" "Yes, Sir Devil Emperor." That Devil King nodded, thinking the same in his heart. Since the Devil Emperor was here, what else could happen? At the border of the fallen Devil Island, at this moment, countless people inclined their heads and stared at the sky as their bodies trembled violently. Their eyes were filled with disbelief. Didn't the birthday celebration of the Devil Emperor already end? Where did all these experts come from? In addition, even for the birthday celebration of the Devil Emperor, there shouldn't be such a terrifying army appearing at the same time. In the air, a black devil army could be seen. Their might engulfed everything, enveloping a boundless area. Demonic beasts prostrated themselves on the ground and cultivators felt a sense of suffocation. This pressure was too terrifying, able to crush everything. That young man seems to be the one who rejected the reward bestowed by the Devil Emperor during the birthday celebration, Qin Wentian. Someone saw the silhouette of a young man at the front of the crowd. His eyes abruptly froze as a startling light gleamed in them. How can this be possible? That young man was pursued by the 3 Devil Kings back then, yet he actually returned and even brought such a powerful army with him. Could it be that there's a terrifying character supporting him from the back? Some people who entered the battlefield for the birthday celebration felt their hearts trembling as they stared at Qin Wentian. However, it only took an instant for this group of people to vanish. They continued forward in a grandiose manner, crushing everything in their path. There were unceasing messages being sent to the Emperor Palace. However, the Devil Emperor was playing chess and simply replied with a "I'm here." What could happen? In that case, who would still dare to disturb him? With the Devil Emperor around, nothing was a big deal. Chapter 1283. With the fallen Devil Emperor around, there naturally wouldn't be any major incidents during normal times. But today, when the terrifying devil army arrived, everywhere they passed by, the hearts of countless devil cultivators trembled. All of them could sense that something major was about to happen. Qin Wentian was someone who fled from the fallen Devil Island. When he left, there were still 3 Devil Kings chasing after him and they all died. Now that he returned, it was clear that he wasn't here to pay his respects to the fallen Devil Emperor. In that case, there was only one possibility: he was here for revenge. Since this army was already on the fallen Devil Island, how could they not know of the fame of the fallen Devil Emperor? However, they still came here. This could only mean one thing. They weren't afraid of the fallen Devil Emperor. The gazes of everyone turned to an incomparably imposing expert in the center. He stood there like a divinity, unexcelled in the world, like he was the ruler of this world. Could this man be the Devil Emperor? Nobody knew. But most probably, they would find out very soon. This group of people sped towards the Emperor Palace of the fallen Devil Emperor. Finally, when they were quite a distance away from the Emperor Palace, the fallen Devil Emperor suddenly felt an aura. The chess piece in his hand landed, causing a crisp sound to ring out as he furrowed his brows. What's wrong? The old Xia Devil King couldn't help but ask when he saw the frown on the fallen Devil Emperor's face. The fallen Devil Emperor didn't reply. He turned his gaze over and stared into the distance. After that, a terrifying devil sense gushed out, engulfing everything in an instant. After that, the fallen Devil Emperor stood up and stared into the distance as his gaze turned solemn. I'm here, what would happen? Seems like today, even if he was here, something would still happen. Everyone at the Devil King realm, gather here now. The devil sense of the fallen Devil Emperor enveloped the entire area, causing countless people to be shocked. The fallen Devil Emperor personally gave the order. What major event would happen? The countenance of the old Xia Devil King changed. He knew this old friend of his. When he saw the solemn expression on the fallen Devil Emperor's face, he immediately understood that something major was about to happen. What's going on exactly? The old Xia Devil King asked. The fallen Devil Emperor glanced at the old Xia Devil King as a strange look flashed in his eyes. He then spoke, that little fellow named Qin Wentian has returned. Qin Wentian? The eyes of the old Xia Devil King flashed. Did he return to court death? He still dares to return. I came with the vast sky Devil Emperor. The fallen Devil Emperor spoke again. The eyes of the old Xia Devil King froze there. Ordinary people might not know who the vast sky Devil Emperor was, but as an extremely ancient Devil King character and an old friend of the fallen Devil Emperor, how could he not know of the ruler of the vast sky Devil region, which was a neighboring region to the fallen Devil region? Qin Wentian had followed the vast sky Demon Emperor here. The countenance of the old Xia Devil King instantly turned extremely unsightly. A Devil Foundation character actually allowed a Devil Emperor to follow him here. This young man should be someone from the Immortal realms, right? How did he form a connection with the vast sky Devil Emperor? One after another, the Devil King powerhouses gathered from all directions. The terrifying coercive aura was getting closer and closer, and they all felt the extremely strong devil might one after another. It was like an army of the devil world was marching towards them. When their devil senses could reach it, their expressions became even more interesting. It was actually Qin Wentian who was treated unfairly back then at the birthday banquet of the fallen Devil Emperor and rejected the reward. He actually returned so quickly and even brought a devil army with him. Let's welcome our guests. The fallen Devil Emperor walked out. A group of Devil Kings all had solemn expressions on their faces as they followed after him. The expression of the old Xia Devil King was undoubtedly the heaviest. The vast sky Devil Emperor actually came. Qin Wentian was merely a junior, no matter how outstanding his talent was, he didn't expect such an ending. If the vast sky Devil Emperor declared war because of this matter, he, the old Xia Devil King, would undoubtedly be a sinner. Not too long after, the terrifying devil army arrived, exuding an aura so terrifying that it was stifling. Other than Qin Wentian and a few others, the rest were all Devil Kings. The people in the surroundings all inclined their heads and stared in the direction of the Emperor Palace as great waves rose in their hearts. An army sped towards the Emperor Palace. The fallen Devil Emperor personally came out. Something major was going to happen. The gazes of the Devil Kings around the fallen Devil Emperor all landed on Qin Wentian. This fellow, what guts! Back then when he rejected the reward from the fallen Devil Emperor, everyone thought it was over for him and that he would die for sure. In truth, there were indeed 3 Devil Kings who chased after him, but not only did he not die, he even killed the 3 of them. Now, he even brought a Devil Emperor with him. How imposing was this? One couldn't help but say that this was truly a hot-blooded story. Sadly, Qin Wentian was the main character. Brother Vast Sky, I wonder why you came to my devil region. The fallen devil emperor didn't look at Qin Wentian but was looking at the Vast Sky Devil Emperor instead. He didn't understand why a character like the Vast Sky Devil Emperor would send out an army just for a junior. No matter how outstanding the talent of a junior was, he shouldn't have such a great deal of face. Nothing much, I just heard that a junior suffered some grievances at your hands. Hence, I came here to seek guidance from you. The Vast Sky Devil Emperor casually spoke, sounding extremely casual. The fallen Devil Emperor furrowed his brows. If he didn't see wrongly, Qin Wentian should be someone from the immortal realms. It was impossible for him to have any connection with the Vast Sky Devil Emperor. Since when did he become his junior? However, he wouldn't argue. He only smiled. Back then during my birthday banquet, Qin Wentian's performance was truly not bad. But after considering many aspects, I decided to reward him. To many, this should be an honor, but who would have thought that the personality of this little fellow would be so stubborn? However, if he had said that he was Brother Vast Sky's junior, he could have just told me directly if he wanted anything. There would be no need for him to participate in the battle in the air. Qin Wentian's eyes flashed when he heard the words of the fallen Devil Emperor. From the perspective of the fallen Devil Emperor, this wasn't a big deal to him. It was merely a little unfair to him, Qin Wentian. If it was anyone else, they would also be filled with gratitude and wouldn't dare to question it, let alone bring an army of devils to kill him. However, this little bit of bias was nothing to the fallen Devil Emperor. But to him, Qin Wentian, it was a matter of life and death. This bias might cause his friends in the fallen devil region to be in a dangerous situation. Once they were found, they would be hunted down by Huang Shatian and lose the adjudication battle. He couldn't afford to lose, hence, he took the risk to meet with the Vast Sky Devil Emperor. From the perspective of your Majesty, this is naturally an insignificant matter. In fact, I, Qin Wentian, am merely an insignificant minor character. But a single command from your Majesty would cause some of my friends to be in a dangerous situation. Qin Wentian spoke. If I was defeated in the battle in the air back then, I wouldn't have anything to say. However, I didn't lose. As an insignificant character, I can't enter the eyes of your Majesty. I rejected the reward and was hunted down by the 3 devil kings, almost losing my life. I know that the weak have no authority to speak. Back then, I merely rejected the reward. If I questioned your Majesty, I would most probably be killed on the spot. Hence, I can only invite Senior Vast Sky Devil Emperor here to seek justice. How do you want to seek justice? The fallen Devil Emperor stared at Qin Wentian. Old Xia Devil King. Qin Wentian turned his gaze over. His eyes landed on the old Xia Devil King as he spoke. I wish to ask. Back then, me and Huang Shatian were both heavily injured, Old Chai and Duan Qianshan were evenly matched, and Xia Yuan didn't have any outstanding battle achievements. Why is it that those 3 were Huang Shatian, Old Chai and Xia Yuan, but not me, Duan Qianshan? Old Xia Devil King frowned. If it was before, how would Qin Wentian dare to question him? But now, Qin Wentian came here together with the Vast Sky Devil Emperor. He didn't know how to reply. I naturally have my own logic to my opinion. After all, you borrowed external help while Old Chai and Xia Yuan killed more people. Old Xia Devil King spoke. Old Xia Devil King, Xia Yuan is coincidentally here as well. Tell him to come and fight me. If he wins, it would prove that what you said is true. My death is not to be regretted and Senior Vast Sky Devil Emperor will definitely not interfere. If he loses, I won't kill Xia Yuan as well. Rumble. Old Xia Devil King's eyes flashed with coldness. How impudent, wanting him to pay with his life. Even if I'm biased, you want me to pay with my life? Old Xia Devil King's aura surged violently, gushing forth. Your subordinates should be among those who are hunting me, right? I'm already giving you a chance by proposing to fight against Xia Yuan. Qin Wentian's voice was ice cold. The eyes of the fallen Devil Emperor were staring at the vast Sky Devil Emperor. Since you have done it, you should dare to admit it. Just do as Qin Wentian says. The vast Sky Devil Emperor calmly spoke, deciding the matter. Qin Wentian knew how to act appropriately. He knew that it was impossible to kill the fallen Devil Emperor. Hence, he chose to act against those close to the fallen Devil Emperor. Today, he came here to support Qin Wentian, wanting the fallen Devil Emperor to compromise. Naturally, he would have to use someone as an example. What if I don't agree? The old Xia Devil King coldly spoke. If you don't have the courage to bear the consequences of your actions, we will fight then. The vast Sky Devil Emperor coldly spoke. This sentence caused the heavens and earth to tremble. Old Xia Devil King, you want the fallen Devil Island to help you deal with the consequences? What a joke, back then I borrowed the face of the fallen Devil Emperor. Qin Wentian coldly spoke. Today, the old Xia Devil King had to die. He definitely had colluded with Huang Shatian. No matter from what angle, he had to be killed. The people on the side of the fallen Devil Emperor all felt a formless pressure. Qin Wentian wanted to force the old Xia Devil King to die. The hearts of the spectators from afar trembled. Back then, the old Xia Devil King relied on the fact that he was a good friend of the fallen Devil Emperor. But now, Qin Wentian wanted his life. Back then, the absolute ruler of the fallen Devil Emperor, the old Xia Devil King had nothing to fear. Borrowing the might of the fallen Devil Emperor, his words were like a decree. But today, Qin Wentian brought another Devil Emperor here. The expression of the fallen Devil Emperor was extremely unsightly. The vast Sky Devil Emperor was forcing him. His meaning was that no matter if the old Xia Devil King agreed to Qin Wentian's request or not, he would still die. It was impossible for Xia Yuan to defeat Qin Wentian. Back then, everyone at the banquet was very clear about this point. Placed before the old Xia Devil King, was a path of death. Unless the fallen Devil Emperor spared no expense and started a war. Chapter 1284. The heart of the old Xia Devil King trembled. He didn't expect that he would be forced to such an extent because of a minor character. Back then during the birthday celebration of the fallen Devil Emperor, he did rely on his status as a good friend of the fallen Devil Emperor. He knew that the fallen Devil Emperor would give him face. Given their friendship, how could a junior compare to him? He felt that this was just a minor matter. Even the fallen Devil Emperor himself felt this way. But now, this minor matter has become a major one, so major that it could affect the Emperor Palace and take his life. Brother Vast Sky, it can't be to this extent, right? The fallen Devil Emperor spoke. The old Xia Devil King was his good friend. No matter what, he had to do his best to protect him. He already sent people to pursue little brother Wentian. Is this not enough for him to pay with his life? In addition, he is given a fair chance, how can it not be to this extent? The vast Sky Devil Emperor calmly spoke. Brother Vast Sky, do you really intend to start a war with my fallen Devil region for a junior? The fallen Devil Emperor was also somewhat angry. Before this, he was very polite because he wanted to minimize this matter. The vast Sky Devil Emperor was an extremely tyrannical Devil Emperor, he didn't wish for a war to break out. Resolving this matter was naturally the best solution. But the first thing Qin Wentian wanted was the life of the old Xia Devil King. This will depend on your choice. The eyes of the vast Sky Devil Emperor gleamed with sharpness. Qin Wentian, what do you want? You can tell me directly. Since you are acquainted with Brother Vast Sky, as long as your request isn't too overboard, I will naturally satisfy you. The fallen Devil Emperor stared at Qin Wentian as he spoke, already taking a step back. The experts in the surroundings all felt their hearts trembling. Seems like the fallen devil emperor didn't want to start a war, he actually chose to compromise with a junior. This time around, the fallen devil emperor was truly tricked by the old Xia devil king. Everyone silently mused, silently cursing this old Xia devil king. Back then, Qin Wentian's performance was outstanding and he should have been one of the top 3 rankers together with Huang Shatian. Most probably, the fallen devil emperor also wanted this. It was the old Xia devil king who forcefully interfered, wanting the fallen devil emperor to give him face, resulting in the current situation. And now, he caused the fallen devil emperor to compromise to a junior for him. If it wasn't for the fact that the old Xia devil king was a close friend of the devil emperor, he would have long been abandoned. These people seem to have forgotten the situation back then. When the old Xia devil king suggested it, no one objected. When the vast sky devil emperor said it, everyone pretended not to know. But now, all of them were blaming the old Xia devil king. One could only say that the affairs of the world are ever-changing. Qin Wentian brought the vast sky devil emperor here, his status instantly changed, causing their thoughts to change as well. Senior fallen devil emperor, right now, I'm looking for the old Xia devil king for revenge. Qin Wentian domineeringly replied, not being too polite at all. Without strength and background, what was the use of being polite? If not for the vast sky devil emperor standing behind him, he would have long been slapped to death. In the future, without the support of the vast sky devil emperor, he would also die. Hence, there was no need for him to be polite. If you still have guts, tell Xia Yuan to come out and fight with me or just commit suicide. If not, if the 2 devil emperors start a war, not only would you die, you would also be accused of being weak and useless. Qin Wentian continued. The old face of the old Xia devil king turned red, he stared fixedly at Qin Wentian, wanting nothing more than to kill Qin Wentian here right now. Old Xia Yuan is the strongest character on the devil rankings. Also, you also think that he is stronger than Qin Wentian and should be able to fight against him. This young man is too arrogant, just let Xia Yuan act and kill him. At this moment, a devil king suddenly spoke. He was a protector of the vast sky devil emperor and his strength was extremely shocking. At this moment, he suddenly spoke. Although his words were tactful, in truth, he didn't mind offending the old Xia devil king. But for the sake of the devil emperor, he couldn't care too much. As a protector, he naturally knew how strong the vast sky devil emperor was. If a war really broke out, the chances of the fallen devil emperor being defeated was extremely high. If that was the case, it would be a calamity to the fallen devil island. Qin Wentian and the vast sky devil emperor came in a domineering manner, but they didn't start a war directly. Instead, they pursued the old Xia devil king. Evidently, they didn't want to completely tear apart all pretense of cordiality and needed a place to ease the tension. Sacrificing the old Xia devil king was a buffer. The eyes of the devil emperor flashed, filled with unhappiness. However, his subordinates were doing this for the sake of the bigger picture. It wasn't good for him to scold them. No one could blame themselves for thinking that a mere junior would have such capabilities and boldness, able to invite a devil emperor to lead an army here. Old Xia Yuan should fight for glory for our fallen devil island. Another protector spoke. At this moment, other than the devil emperor, only they had the qualifications to speak. Let Xia Yuan come out and fight. At this moment, the fallen devil emperor suddenly spoke, his words causing the gazes of everyone to turn heavy. As for the old Xia devil king, his heart sank even further as he felt his entire body turning cold. Just nice, I haven't met the vast sky devil emperor for many years and I wish to spar with him as well. The fallen devil emperor spoke, his words causing the old Xia devil king to stare in shock at his old friend. He knew that this was the best solution his old friend could think of. If the fallen devil emperor could win against the vast sky devil emperor, it wouldn't matter if Xia Yuan won or lost. On the other hand, if the fallen devil emperor was defeated, he, the old Xia devil king, who had been domineering his entire life, would die for sure today. No one would be able to save him. Sure. The vast sky devil emperor calmly replied. Being able to spar with someone on the same level as him was a rare opportunity. Since he came to the fallen devil region today, he originally wanted to find the fallen devil emperor to spar with him. Since the fallen devil emperor himself suggested this, it was perfect. Xia Yuan. The old Xia devil king called out. From below, a figure soared up into the air. This figure was none other than Xia Yuan of the devil rancor. He had heard the conversation earlier and his expression couldn't help but be complicated as he stared at Qin Wentian. This young man who gave him a huge impact back then on the battlefield actually brought an army here and threatened his old ancestor to commit suicide. Such a thing, if it was during the birthday celebration of the Devil Emperor, who would dare to think of it? A Devil Foundation expert actually forced a Devil King to commit suicide. In addition, this Devil King was a good friend of the Qin Wentian Devil Emperor. Just because of the birthday celebration, he treated Qin Wentian unfairly. Vast Sky Devil Emperor, please. The fallen Devil Emperor's figure flashed as he soared up into the clouds. A battle between emperors had to be fought in the air or the shockwaves from the battle would definitely destroy everything. The vast Sky Devil Emperor's silhouette trembled and he also soared up into the air. An instant later, when everyone inclined their heads, they saw two godlike figures appearing in the air. Boundless devilish light radiated from their bodies, and in the boundless starry skies, the light from the constellations cascaded down, bathing their godlike bodies. The radiance of the constellations illuminated the heavens and earth. Everyone knew that the two of them were already extremely high up in the air, but their figures were still as clear as ever. At this moment, on the fallen Devil Island, countless people inclined their heads and stared at the two figures in the air as their hearts pounded madly. That expert was actually the fallen Devil Emperor. The Devil Emperor personally accepted the challenge. Who was his opponent? On the fallen Devil Island, Emperor-ranked battle. The two Devil Emperors acted. The fallen Devil Emperor blasted out with his Devil Palm. With just a single strike, it seemed to cover the entire sky. That palm was like a pitch-black screen, capable of crushing everything. It was like a long river of the Devil Tao, enveloping the entire sky. Boom! A supreme devil light erupted forth from the body of the vast Sky Devil Emperor. Under the might of this light, everything shattered. That gigantic devil palm imprint that could collapse the heavens started to crumble inch by inch. It was as though the heavens were about to explode as the destruction continued. Qin Wentian glanced up at the sky before turning his gaze onto Xia Yuan. It's about time for our battle to begin. Xia Yuan stepped out with an ashen expression. If he wanted to fight against Qin Wentian, he naturally didn't have the confidence. He fought against Huang Shatian before and knew how terrifying that fellow was. Also, Qin Wentian was someone who could stand equally against Huang Shatian. A heaven-shaking tremor rang out in the air. Despite being extremely far away, the people below were still trembling. Xia Yuan's body was trembling as well. His aura erupted forth, but there wasn't much confidence in his eyes. He hasn't used any secret arts yet. Let's take him by surprise and kill him by borrowing the power of a devil weapon. The old Xia Devil King transmitted his voice to Xia Yuan. His countenance was incomparably sinister, flickering with killing intent. If Qin Wentian died, the vast Sky Devil Emperor would have nothing to say, right? Xia Yuan moved towards Qin Wentian. Devil might gushed forth as a gigantic devil saber manifested, slashing down towards Qin Wentian. Bzz. Qin Wentian stretched out his palm as God's hand appeared, shining with a startling light. In fact, there were even ancient runes revolving around it, exuding an unexcelled aura. At the instant the saber light landed, Qin Wentian lifted his palm, wanting to destroy everything. God's hand shone with a divine glow, penetrating through space and appearing before Xia Yuan. His cultivation base. Xia Yuan's countenance turned pale. God's hand instantly crushed down, ignoring everything. The divine glow circulated, destroying everything. There was no time for Qin Wentian to react. Xia Yuan roared in rage. Devil light towered up into the sky as he slashed out countless saber beams. Thunderous booms shook the heavens and earth, shattering everything. Qin Wentian stepped out and sent out another god's hand. With a deafening boom, Xia Yuan was flung through the air as he coughed out fresh blood. He couldn't even withstand a single strike. However, Qin Wentian didn't stop there. Another palm imprint blasted out. Xia Yuan screamed in agony as he was sent flying through the air. Old Xia Devil King, is this the person you chose to place before me? Qin Wentian coldly spoke as he stared at the old Xia Devil King. They weren't on the same level at all. The old Xia Devil King turned ashen, like he was slapped by Qin Wentian. He inclined his head and stared at the sky. The terrifying Emperor-ranked battle was still ongoing. The vast Sky Devil Emperor borrowed the power of his divine axe to slash through everything. The entire space was filled with divine axes, wanting to destroy everything. Vast Sky Divine Axe. Below, the protectors of the fallen Devil Emperor all had ugly expressions on their faces. They then spoke to the old Xia Devil King, "Old Xia, just commit suicide." The expression of the old Xia Devil King was extremely ugly to behold. He naturally could tell that his old friend, the fallen Devil Emperor, was currently at a disadvantage and was surrounded by the violent attacks of the vast Sky Devil Emperor. He, the lofty Xia Devil King, committing suicide. Boom! The old Xia Devil King suddenly moved, rushing towards Qin Wentian. But at the same time, beams of devil light enveloped Qin Wentian. The Devil Kings under the vast Sky Devil Emperor acted, instantly enveloping Qin Wentian within. At the same time, the protectors under the fallen Devil Emperor also acted, directly launching attacks at the old Xia Devil King. You guys! The old Xia Devil King roared in rage. In the front, there were the attacks of the vast Sky Devil Emperor, and behind him, the protectors of the fallen Devil Emperor acted. He had no way out. All the Devil Kings joined forces and even included his own people. How could the old Xia Devil King defend against them? Attacks that blotted out the sky, and with just a single strike, a thunderous boom rang out. The old Xia Devil King screamed in misery as he coughed out fresh blood. From afar, when the spectators saw this scene, all of them felt incomparably shocked in their hearts. Even the protectors of the fallen Devil Emperor acted against the old Xia Devil King. Would he still be able to survive? Because of his bias during the birthday celebration, the old Xia Devil King actually had to die here. How ridiculous did this sound? Chapter 1285. The old Xia Devil King didn't die unjustly. It was just that he underestimated Qin Wentian's methods and his determination. A Devil King protector spoke. After that, several Devil Kings acted at the same time. The vast Sky Devil Emperor's Devil Kings sealed off old Xia's path of retreat. The old Xia Devil King's maniacal laughter shook the heavens and earth as he rushed towards the four protectors. A fearsome devil light radiated from him. He had dominated his entire life and was a good friend of the Devil Emperor. Today, he was actually going to become a sacrifice for a junior. Yes. The experts nodded. After that, they flew down, actually intending to station the Devil Army beside the Emperor Palace. The eyes of the crowd below flickered. 2 Devil Emperors, 2 armies, most probably in the future, there would be frequent conflicts. Qin Wentian frowned. It wasn't an easy thing to make a Devil Emperor compromise. Old Xia. The fallen Devil Emperor in the air roared. The earth-shattering sound of their collision shook the heavens and earth. After that, the crowd only saw a beam of light piercing through the sky. After that, they saw the fallen Devil Emperor and the vast Sky Devil Emperor descending from the sky. Senior Devil Emperor, no matter if you agree or not, let me make this clear first. If there are any more Devil Kings who dare to send news to Huang Shatian, I will definitely kill them. Qin Wentian coldly spoke. Even if the fallen Devil Emperor temporarily didn't send news to him, he wouldn't allow anyone to send news to Huang Shatian. In the crowd below, Old Chai stared at the battle in the air as he sighed ruefully in his heart. Luckily, he didn't offend Qin Wentian to the extreme back then, or things would have been very tragic. How could Qin Wentian and Huang Shatian be so monstrous? Where's Huang Shatian? Qin Wentian asked. From the looks of it, you came here today not only to kill my old friend, right? What else do you want? The fallen Devil Emperor's eyes were like sharp swords as he stared at Qin Wentian. Ha, you want to sacrifice the life of me? The old Xia Devil King laughed loudly, his long hair fluttering in the wind. The old Xia Devil King coughed, coughing out more blood. He was on the verge of death. He inclined his head and stared at the two Devil Emperors fighting in the air as he roared in rage, I'm unwilling to accept this. Turning his body with difficulty, the old Xia Devil King stared at Qin Wentian. That young man stood in the air, coldly staring at him. Senior must be joking. If it wasn't for the fact that I was forced into a corner, Junior wouldn't have reached this step. The decision made by the old Xia Devil King back then was simply too important to me. In addition, he sent people to hunt me down. Maybe my life isn't worth anything in Senior's eyes, but even a minor character would have the backbone of a minor character. I naturally have to take revenge. Qin Wentian calmly spoke. The eyes of the fallen Devil Emperor turned sharp, but he knew that Qin Wentian was speaking the truth. Since Elder Xia is unwilling to do it yourself, we can only offend you. Old Xia, back then you influenced the decision of the Devil Emperor. Lord Devil Emperor treated you as a good friend, and that's why he gave in to you. Now that things have developed to such a state, in order to prevent a war between the two devil regions, Old Xia, you have to give us an explanation. The Devil King Protector spoke. It was already a fact that the vast Sky Devil Emperor was stronger than the fallen Devil Emperor. Boom! Another destructive attack directly penetrated through his body, causing him to tremble violently as fresh blood gushed out. His eyes gradually dimmed, resembling an old man at the end of his life. What if I don't agree? The eyes of the fallen Devil Emperor were cold. The battle in the air clearly illustrated this point. In that case, once the two devil regions started a war, it wouldn't just be one or two devil kings who would die. The entire Emperor Palace would be destroyed. There's news from the Devil Islands below. They found a few people and Huang Shatian went over. The Devil Emperor calmly spoke, his words causing Qin Wentian's expression to stiffen, becoming incomparably unsightly to behold. Are you guys rebelling? The old Xia Devil King roared. The four Devil Kings under the fallen Devil Emperor, including the Devil Kings under the vast Sky Devil Emperor, were all surrounding him. Terrifying devil might enveloped him, making it hard for him to escape even if he grew wings. This world is changing too quickly. Many people sighed in their hearts. From afar, many people rushed over here to spectate the battle. When they saw Qin Wentian leading an army, they were all speechless in their hearts. Once the fallen Devil Emperor gave it his all, it wouldn't be a problem for him to leave. In that case, his Devil Islands would also be in danger. Hence, it was impossible for him to agree to Qin Wentian's request to kill the fallen Devil Emperor. His old friend of many years died just like that. In addition, it was his subordinate who acted. However, how could he hate his subordinates? He knew that his subordinates were thinking of the bigger picture, thinking of him. The Devil Kings under the Devil Emperor naturally had to do their best for the Devil Emperor, even if they might be blamed by the Devil Emperor. In that case, my army will be stationed here then. The vast Sky Devil Emperor calmly spoke. In that exchange earlier, he had the upper hand. His strength was stronger than the fallen Devil Emperor, but it was still impossible for him to kill the fallen Devil Emperor. Roars of unwillingness rang through the air, causing the bodies of countless people to turn cold. This young man at the Devil Emperor's birthday banquet was too terrifying. Because of the unfair treatment and pursuit during the birthday banquet, no one knew what methods he used, but he actually managed to find a Devil Emperor from another Devil region to back him up. The person Huang Shatian is looking for, I hope the fallen Devil Emperor can send me all the news you receive in the future. Qin Wentian spoke. The fallen Devil Emperor didn't bother about Qin Wentian. The vast Sky Devil Emperor laughed, station the army here. 4 Devil Kings surrounded the old Xia Devil King. No matter how strong the old Xia Devil King was, it was useless. He risked his life to injure 2 of his protectors, but he himself suffered a fatal blow. His internal organs were all shattered as he coughed out fresh blood, his countenance as pale as paper. In addition, the old Xia Devil King just launched a sneak attack on Qin Wentian earlier. Since Qin Wentian could bring the vast Sky Devil Emperor's army here, their relationship definitely wasn't shallow. Once Qin Wentian died, the vast Sky Devil Emperor would surely be enraged and the consequences would be unimaginable. The old Xia Devil King had to die no matter what. I don't dare to. Junior pleads Senior Devil Emperor. Qin Wentian politely spoke. Old Xia Devil King, you say I'm arrogant. Don't you know that you're going to die because of your arrogance, At the birthday banquet of the Devil Emperor, you were in high spirits, borrowing the identity of a good friend of the Devil Emperor to guide the world. At that time, did you ever imagine that there would be a day like this? You sent people to hunt me down. I'm sure you thought that since I'm a junior, it doesn't matter if you kill me. The you at that time, did you ever think of this moment? Qin Wentian's eyes were cold. Are you ordering me? The fallen Devil Emperor coldly laughed. As for how he would do it, it would depend on Qin Wentian's capabilities. You are very good. The fallen Devil Emperor turned his gaze onto Qin Wentian. From his perspective, Qin Wentian was insignificant. But since Qin Wentian was being hunted down, he naturally wanted revenge. Also, he also found a method to do so. Hence, he killed his way here. Below, Xia Yuan's countenance turned pale. What was going on? Huang Shatian was already sufficiently monstrous. Now, this Qin Wentian wanted to stir up a storm as well. In addition, this storm was even more violent compared to Huang Shatian. Black clouds pressed down, wanting to crush the Emperor Palace. Back then, Qin Wentian was merely a junior with talent. So what if they treated him unfairly? With the identity of the old Xia Devil King, no one would dare to say anything. But now, Qin Wentian brought a Devil Emperor and an army here. Things were different. Since the situation had changed, they could only sacrifice the old Xia Devil King. If a war broke out, all of them would be in danger of dying. Who wouldn't consider things from their perspective? Everything, benefits were the most important. Up to you all. The fallen Devil Emperor carried the body of the old Xia Devil King as he walked towards the Emperor Palace. The Devil Kings behind him all followed him. The eyes of the vast Sky Devil Emperor flashed. He turned his gaze to Qin Wentian and laughed. Seems like the death of that Devil King has angered him. This won't be easy to handle. The fallen Devil Emperor and old Xia Devil King were good friends. Since they had no way to act, they had to step out and be the villain. That fellow from the Immortal Realms, you are so brazen in the myriad Devil Islands. You will definitely die a horrible death. Old Xia Devil King viciously cursed. The body of the fallen Devil Emperor descended before old Xia Devil King, hugging his corpse as his heart was filled with complicated emotions. If the person they found was him alone, there was no doubt that he would face the threat of death. No one would be able to deal with Huang Shatian, even if they had powerful treasures. Back then, Huang Shatian had unleashed his treasures on the battlefield once. That kind of power caused Qin Wentian to feel fear in his heart. Most probably, that was the inheritance treasure of the 9 emperors' immortal state. At that time, he already felt that only the treasures he had on him would be able to contend against that supreme divine weapon. I, Xia Devil, have roamed unhindered my entire life. But today, I actually died because of a Devil Foundation brat. How ridiculous, how ridiculous. The old Xia Devil King roared with reluctance. He was truly unwilling. He had already said that he came here to support Qin Wentian. For this, someone had to give him an explanation. You are about to die yet you still dare to boast shamelessly. Qin Wentian's eyes flashed with sorrow. In the immortal realms, there are even immortal emperors who want to kill me. You are just a devil king who borrowed the prestige of others, yet you are still so arrogant. How ridiculous. Back then, you, old Xia Devil King, must have offended many people. After your death, I'm afraid your clan won't be able to live in peace. They will pay the price for what you have done. Don't you feel any sorrow in your heart? The battle shook the heavens and earth, boundless light enveloped this space. The people of the vast Sky Devil Emperor sealed this space, preventing the shockwaves from the battle. The people from afar all felt their hearts trembling. Not only because of the Emperor-ranked battle, but also because of the protectors who surrounded old Xia Devil King. After speaking, he slammed his palm onto his head. As Xia Devil King, even if he died, he had to die with dignity and dignity. He didn't want to be killed. The Devil Kings under the fallen Devil Emperor didn't say anything, they didn't interfere nor did they stop him. Since the protectors acted, there was no need for them to interfere in case the fallen Devil Emperor would blame them. It was best if they didn't offend anyone. As for helping the old Xia Devil King, they naturally wouldn't do so. Ha ha ha, you are just a junior, an ant-like character in front of me. You actually have the qualifications to lecture me? The old Xia Devil King laughed maniacally. Chapter 1286. The Myriad Devil Islands was a world independent of the immortal realms and was established by the Myriad Devil Sovereign. The Myriad Devil Sovereign was just a title. In the outside world, no one knew if there was only one Myriad Devil Sovereign or if there were multiple Myriad Devil Sovereigns. The Myriad Devil Sovereign was the sovereign of the Myriad Devil Islands. He was the belief of the entire Myriad Devil Islands. In the entire Myriad Devil Islands, the only place that might know about the Myriad Devil Sovereign was naturally that legendary place, the Devil Mountain. There were many places in the Myriad Devil Islands that could be referred to as Devil Mountains. But in the legends, there could only be a single Devil Mountain. That Devil Mountain that towered into the sky was personally established by the Myriad Devil Sovereign. It was a supreme place and to countless people, it was also a legendary place. The reason why the Myriad Devil Islands could cause immortal emperors of the immortal realms to be forbidden from entering, causing immortal emperors of the immortal realms to feel trepidation, was because of the legendary Devil Mountain. The Devil Mountain was just a mountain. Everyone could see it but they had no way to reach it. Every year, every month, every day, there would be people dying on the way to the Devil Mountain. At this moment, at the foot of the Devil Mountain, there were many figures staring up at the sky. That illusory Devil Mountain simply stood there, so close yet so far away at the same time. There was only a single path leading to the Devil Mountain, the path of seeking the devil. It was unknown how many geniuses had died on this path but there were still people who tried day after day, wanting to reach that legendary place. Naturally, since there was a path, there were naturally people who would succeed. In the air, within the Devil Mountain, this legendary place was no different from the outside world. There were still devil emperors everywhere, and the atmosphere was solemn. One of the devil halls exuded an ancient and peaceful aura, not even a hint of devil chi could be sensed. However, below this devil hall, there were many figures respectfully kneeling on the ground. The identities of these people, any one of them could shock an entire region. Many of them were geniuses at the peak of the devil regions, and some were even descendants of powerful devil emperors. But it was precisely this group of people who came to the Devil Mountain and knelt here. Nobody felt anything was wrong, everything was so natural. Because, this was the Devil Mountain, the place closest to the myriad Devil Sovereign. In the myriad Devil Islands, many hegemons of the Devil regions had all descended from here, becoming a hegemon of a region. This Devil Mountain was a place of faith for the myriad Devil Islands. You've come to the wrong place. At this moment, a silhouette drifted over. After which, a silhouette slowly walked up the stairs. This silhouette's appearance wasn't outstanding, neither was his clothing. But as long as one looked at him, it would be extremely hard to forget him. Because, his demeanor was simply too outstanding. Temperament was formless and indescribable. However, this young man wearing a simple gown had such a temperament. He stood there, ordinary yet extraordinary. This Devil Hall doesn't accept disciples. The young man said with a smile. His voice was very gentle and calm as he spoke to the group of people kneeling there. Please guide me, someone bowed and said. Since you all ascended the Devil Mountain, it means that you all have fate with the Devil Mountain. However, your fate clearly isn't with this Devil Hall. You all should go to the Sky Devil Hall. Maybe, you all might like that place. The young man smiled. The eyes of everyone flashed as they all knelt on the ground, many thanks. After that, they all retreated, not stopping. Since someone said that they had no fate with this Devil Hall, it was naturally true that they weren't fated. The people on the Devil Mountain most probably wouldn't lie to them. Is there no one you like? Another voice drifted over. This time, it was directed at the young man. A skinny old man suddenly walked out, as though he was walking out from the void. So what if I like them or not? The young man replied. If you like them, you can let them be your devil children. The old man calmly spoke. Devil children were equivalent to subordinates. If this was in the outside world and someone said that they wanted to recruit descendants of devil emperors as devil children, they would surely be laughed at. However, the young man merely smiled and shook his head. I don't need them. That's right. If you need them, you can go to the Sky Devil Hall and choose them yourself. The old man laughed. Can I go to the Judiciary Hall to choose? The young man laughed. The temper of the people from the Judiciary Hall isn't too good. It's best if you don't go. The old man laughed. Forget it then. The young man seemed to feel that it was a pity. This time around, do you have any instructions for me? You can go down the mountain, there's no need for any instructions. The old man replied. I initially thought you would want me to kill all those peak geniuses who entered the myriad Devil Islands. The young man laughed again, as though he was speaking of an extremely ordinary matter. This place was very far away from the fallen Devil Island, but this young man actually knew that many peak geniuses of the immortal realms had entered the myriad Devil Islands. This might seem very unbelievable, but he did know, and he knew very clearly. Because, this place was the Devil Mountain. Why must we kill them all? The old man asked. This time around, those who entered the myriad Devil Islands are all descendants of the peak geniuses of the immortal realms. If we kill them all, there might be fewer immortal emperors in the future. The young man replied. Under the devilish light of the myriad Devil Sovereign, if we rely on killing a few descendants to guard against the future, it would be disrespectful to him. You should have long understood that true strength doesn't depend on weakening your opponents. Rather, it depends on yourself being strong enough. And if you want to be strong enough, sometimes, powerful opponents are a must. I naturally understand. The young man nodded. You can go down the mountain. The old man nodded. Maybe, I will go to the immortal realms to take a look. The young man didn't leave and continued. Follow your heart. The old man turned and left. The young man turned and descended the mountain. In the fallen devil region, the army of the vast Sky Devil Emperor stationed here caused a huge commotion on the fallen Devil Island. In fact, News of this gradually circulated towards the fallen devil region. The news of old Xia Devil King's death caused the entire fallen devil island to tremble violently. Great waves of shock rose in the hearts of many. The fallen devil emperor's best friend, the powerful old Xia Devil King, actually died because of Qin Wentian. Many people asked those who attended the birthday banquet of the fallen devil emperor exactly what happened that day. When those people recalled, they were filled with emotions. They could still remember how high-spirited the old Xia Devil King was back then, and how unwilling Qin Wentian was when he rejected the reward. The old Xia Devil King bullied Qin Wentian because he was weak and had no background. But who would have thought that the tables would turn so quickly? Qin Wentian brought the Black Jiao Devil King here to take his life. Recently, the Royal Devil sect was extremely low profile. Maybe Qin Wentian wasn't very clear about this, but who on the fallen devil island didn't know that among the 3 devil kings who pursued Qin Wentian back then, other than the subordinates of the old Xia Devil King and the Black Jiao Devil King, there was also an expert from the Royal Devil sect. How could the Royal Devil sect not be low profile? But what should be known would still be known. Today, Qin Wentian entered the Royal Devil sect with over 10 powerful devil kings. Since the vast Sky Devil Emperor agreed to his request, he was also very cooperative. Other than the final battle with the fallen Devil Emperor, the other things Qin Wentian requested were all done according to Qin Wentian's requests. Qin Wentian told the vast Sky Devil Emperor to send many devil kings to the various devil islands in the fallen devil region, to negotiate with the lords of those islands. The vast Sky Devil Emperor agreed. No matter where he went, there would be a group of extremely powerful devil kings following him, protecting his safety. The fallen devil emperor naturally wouldn't act. He thought that he wouldn't be able to come back here anymore, but he still came here. A group of maidens appearing before Qin Wentian. For a period of time, beauties were as common as the clouds in front of Qin Wentian. Some of these maidens had seen Qin Wentian before. Their beautiful eyes all gleamed with a strange light. "We pay our respects to Sir Qin." The maidens bowed. "I want to meet with your lodge lord." Qin Wentian directly spoke. Chapter 1287. Qida and the others said that Xianyu returned to the fallen devil island. In that case, she would most probably return to the Celestial Devil Lodge. "Sir Qin, please follow me." A maiden spoke gently, leading the way. Qin Wentian followed her into the lodge. The maidens all felt some emotions in their hearts when they stared at his back. Back then when Xianyu first met Qin Wentian, she already had a whole new level of respect for him. Even Ba Xiao didn't receive such treatment. At that time, some of the maidens still felt that it was unbelievable. However, time proved how good Xianyu's judgment was. Ba Xiao, who was ranked on the devil rankings back then, didn't even have the qualifications to be mentioned in the same breath as this young man before them. Within the Celestial Devil Lodge, in a place with an elegant environment, the lodge lord sat by a lake. When Qin Wentian walked over, she stood up and smiled. "I long knew that Sir Qin would come here, but I didn't expect you to come so quickly." Qin Wentian didn't look at the lodge lord. He was staring at the maiden beside her who was pouring tea for her. This maiden was beautiful and dignified. She no longer exuded the charm of the past, but had more elegance. She was none other than Xianyu. "Sir Qin, please have some tea." Xianyu passed a cup of tea to Qin Wentian. Qin Wentian stared at the smile in her eyes. There were no fluctuations at all. "Sir Qin, please take a seat and have some tea." The lodge lord couldn't help but speak when she saw Qin Wentian standing there in a daze. Qin Wentian nodded lightly and sat down. Xianyu passed the cup of tea to Qin Wentian before retreating to the back of the lodge lord. "Your Mercury Lady Devil art has dissipated." Qin Wentian inclined his head and spoke to Xianyu. Xianyu smiled. She didn't say anything. She no longer exuded that charm of the past, but she was still as beautiful as ever. Xinu, are you willing to leave with me? Qin Wentian asked. Xinu still had a smile on her face. She lowered her body and poured a cup of tea for the Lodge Lord. Xinu plans to serve Lodge Lord in the future. Lord. Qin Wentian stared at the hostess. She was an extremely charming woman. If she were to activate the Mercury Lady demonic art, even Qin Wentian would not be able to withstand it. If Xinu leaves with Sir Qin, what would she do? The Lodge Lord smiled as she asked. Qin Wentian's gaze stiffened. I will treat her well, Qin Wentian said. The Lodge Lord shook her head. Sir Qin only feels guilt in your heart and feels that you owe Xinu. If Xinu were to follow Sir Qin, it would only add to your unhappiness. Why not let her stay by my side? I will naturally take care of her. Qin Wentian was speechless. He knew that Qin Wentian was speaking the truth. If he brought Xinu away, although he wouldn't mistreat her, what was the relationship between the two of them? Sir Qin, the Lodge Lord treats me very well, you can be at ease. In addition, there's no need for Sir Qin to feel guilty. This is Xinu's fate, even if it wasn't Sir Qin, it would be someone else. Xinu smiled. When Qin Wentian heard her words, he actually didn't know what to say. Clearly, she intentionally said this. Xinu, are you really not willing to leave with me? Qin Wentian asked. Xinu is already used to the lifestyle in the Celestial Devil Lodge. If I follow Sir Qin to the immortal realms alone, I would feel even more uncomfortable. Could it be that Sir Qin can bring Xinu along with you at all times? Xinu shook her head and smiled. Qin Wentian silently lifted his teacup and drank a mouthful before placing it down. He stood up and walked to the side of Xinu, holding her hand. Xinu inclined her head and smiled at him. Seems like you have already made your decision in your heart. I won't be able to change your mind. However, if there's a day when I change my mind, I can get the Lodge Lord to bring you to the Immortal Qinbian Gate. Qin Wentian spoke in a light voice. After that, he embraced Xinu in his embrace. After a moment, he released her and turned to the Lodge Lord. If Xinu wishes to go, I hope that Lodge Lord will agree to it. If I, Qin, meet Lodge Lord and Xinu in the immortal realms, I will definitely give you a great gift. I will remember Sir Qin's words. The Lodge Lord smiled and nodded. I, Qin, bid my farewell. Qin Wentian spoke. After that, he caressed Xinu's face and turned to leave this place, heading towards the exit of the Celestial Devil Lodge. After Qin Wentian left, the others all left as well, leaving only the Lodge Lord and Xinu behind. Only to see that Xinu's aura instantly withered. Her entire person seemed to be extremely weak as she softly fell onto the ground. The Lodge Lord caught her and placed her beside her as she spoke in a light voice, "Why must you do this? For him, you paid a price that is even more painful than what you expected. Lodge Lord, isn't this the fate of us sisters?" Xinu's eyes were filled with tears, but she still had a smile on her face. Yes, it's fate. However, your sisters all hope to find a future within their fates. As for you, your future is right before your eyes, yet you chose to give it up. Isn't this the dream of all the women of the Celestial Devil Lodge? The Lodge Lord shook her head and sighed. For us sisters of the Celestial Devil Lodge, everything is voluntary. The Lodge Lord doesn't force us either. Isn't it precisely because we want to find a man that we can fall in love with? I think it would be extremely difficult to find a man like Sir Qin in the future. Xinu spoke in a light voice. As for the future, Sir Qin only feels guilt. Could it be that Lodge Lord thinks that given my current state, as well as my identity, I would be able to stay by his side forever? One of his wives is his childhood sweetheart. His fiancée is the daughter of an immortal emperor, a personal disciple of an immortal emperor. They have been in love for many years. What can I count as? If I follow Sir Qin, not only would I sully his reputation, would also be condemned by the masses. Given his status and identity, if he brings you back to the immortal realms, he would definitely be able to restore your body. Could it be that you are only thinking for him and not for yourself? The Lodge Lord didn't understand why there would be someone like Xinu in the Celestial Devil Lodge. Xinu smiled, her gaze staring into the distance as she mumbled, "Lodge Lord, I've personally witnessed his magnificence on the battlefield." At that time, he was at the 7th level of celestial phenomenon, fighting against Huang Shatian, incomparably dazzling. I even personally saw him slaying 3 great devil kings despite being injured. And now, I've personally witnessed him bringing the vast Sky Devil Emperor and an army of devil sects over, killing the old Xia Devil King and coming to the Celestial Devil Lodge to fetch me. This is already enough. One day, he would definitely be the one sitting on the throne in the starry space. At that time, everyone in the world would look up to the woman beside him. As for me, I'm not worthy to be that woman. The Lodge Lord stared at the smile on Xinu's face as she listened to her weak voice. Her heart trembled violently. It was very rare for her to be moved by the words of a junior. But at this moment, her heart was trembling lightly. Even for her, she didn't think that it would be so far away. He would sit on the throne in the starry space and everyone in the world would look up to the woman beside him. However, Xinu actually chose to give up the chance to be looked up to because she wasn't worthy? If that day really comes, would he, who sits on the throne, still remember a lowly woman from the Celestial Devil Lodge who sacrificed herself for him as he grew up? The Lodge Lord spoke in a light voice. That shouldn't matter anymore. Xinu smiled. After that, she slowly closed her eyes as a stream of tears flowed down. Being incomplete, wasn't that also a kind of beauty? Qin Wentian respected Xinu's choice. He also understood that if Xinu followed him, she might not be able to be happy. Right now on the Fallen Devil Island, 2 hegemons appeared. The Fallen Devil Emperor and the Devil Kings under the vast Sky Devil Emperor would occasionally clash with each other. Although there were no deaths, injuries were common. The 2 Devil Kings treated it as a matter of course and turned a blind eye to it. They each occupied their own territories, not interfering with each other and didn't act against each other again. Qin Wentian remained on the Fallen Devil Island, waiting for news. Several months later, the people from the Royal Devil Sect encountered Huang Shatian and directly tried to kill him. However, they ultimately failed to kill Huang Shatian and only managed to kill 2 people beside him. As for the Royal Devil Sect, they also lost a Devil King level expert. Reality proved that the inheritance treasure on Huang Shatian was terrifying to a shocking extent. In addition, it was a perfect synergy with the cultivation art Huang Shatian cultivated. That inheritance treasure was originally a part of the inheritance and had already fused into Huang Shaishan's body. Once it erupted, it would shake the heavens and earth. Other than this, Huang Shatian still had many life-saving and fleeing methods on him. This was why he was able to escape from the eyes of the Devil Kings. From Huang Shatian, the people from the Royal Devil Sect learned that he found someone from Qin Wentian's faction and killed him. Qin Wentian of the Fallen Devil Island sighed in his heart. However, it was impossible for them to obtain complete victory in this adjudication battle. They could only do their best to defeat their opponents and reduce the number of casualties. After several months passed, Qin Wentian welcomed 2 friends who entered the myriad Devil Islands to participate in the adjudication battle. These 2 were people the subordinates of the vast Sky Devil Emperor found outside. With regards to this, the Fallen Devil Emperor's faction didn't say anything and closed one eye, allowing the people of the vast Sky Devil Emperor to stir up a storm in the Fallen Devil region. In the blink of an eye, a year has already passed since Qin Wentian came to the myriad Devil Islands. Qin Wentian cultivated on the Fallen Devil Island. With the support of the vast Sky Devil Emperor, he could set his heart at ease and continue to improve himself. As for why he chose to stay on the fallen devil island, it was naturally because he wanted to find someone. Today, on the fallen devil island, a group of experts arrived. This group of experts rode on the dragon chariot of darkness, soaring through the clouds. The chariot arced through the air in a majestic manner, causing countless demonic beasts below to prostrate themselves on the ground. Some experts inclined their heads and stared at the sky, feeling their hearts trembling. Dragon, a dragon of darkness. Below, countless people felt waves of shock in their hearts, feeling incomparably shocked. There was someone riding on a dragon of darkness. On the myriad devil islands, the darkness devil dragon was treated as a descendant of a demon god and had a supreme status. Those who could ride on dragons were all from emperor-ranked powers at the very least. Who is that person? On the dragon chariot, a figure could be seen. He was clad in luxurious robes and had an incomparably handsome countenance. There was a seal embroidered on his chest, clearly indicating his unparalleled status. The demonic dragon gradually descended to a low altitude. The experts in the air landed on the ground and all of them bowed to the dragon chariot as expressions of respect and reverence appeared on their faces. After that, there were even some people who knelt on the ground with incomparable respect, burying their heads in the ground. Only when the dragon roars faded away did they dare to lift their heads and stare respectfully at the back of those figures. There were people who came from the legendary Devil Mountain. Chapter 1288. The Devil Mountain was a legendary place. At the peak of the mountain, there was a devil god hall named the Imperial Dragon Devil Hall. The members of the Imperial Dragon Devil Hall rode on dragons of darkness, roaming the world, monitoring everything and patrolling the myriad devil islands. Everywhere the Imperial Dragon Devil Hall went to, thousands of devils would prostrate themselves. They had terrifying authority. And at this moment, the experts who arrived on the fallen devil island were all riding on dragons. The insignia of the Imperial Dragon Devil Hall was inscribed on their bodies. They came from the legendary place, the Devil Mountain. Within the Devil Mountain, there were people from the Imperial Dragon Devil Hall patrolling the area. Today, the roars of dragons rang out on the fallen Devil Island. Countless demonic beasts prostrated themselves, while countless devil cultivators trembled. An incomparably gigantic devil dragon of darkness brought along an incomparably noble dragon chariot as it arrived before the Emperor Palace of the fallen Devil Emperor. That luxurious young man who sat there had such a handsome look in his eyes, causing all the females who saw him to fall in love with him. The fallen Devil Emperor stepped out from the Emperor Palace, instantly arriving before the demonic dragon of darkness. When he stared at this group of experts, his eyes narrowed. As a Devil Emperor, he naturally knew where these people came from. The Devil Mountain. The Devil Mountain reached up to the heavens. For those who could ascend to the Devil Mountain and become a disciple, they were all geniuses at the peak of the myriad Devil Islands. Their talent was outstanding, their willpower shocking. Even if they became a guard after ascending the Devil Mountain, they were still more talented compared to the most outstanding geniuses on the fallen Devil Island. For example, Old Chai and Xia Yuan on the Devil rankings might not even be able to compare to the young man in the dragon carriage. As for that noble young man, since he could ride on a demonic dragon to patrol the myriad Devil Islands, his identity was obvious. He was the Imperial Dragon Saint of the Imperial Dragon Devil Hall. And this army was undoubtedly the Imperial Dragon Devil Army of the Imperial Dragon Devil Hall. A powerful aura, a heavy atmosphere, and an incomparably noble demeanor. The fallen Devil Emperor stared at this army of dragon knights as he sighed in his heart. This was truly a devil army that could sweep through everything under the heavens. If the entire myriad Devil Islands had such an army, they would definitely be able to trample over the immortal realms with ease. The noble young man also stared at the fallen Devil Emperor. As a junior, he didn't even stand up when he saw the fallen Devil Emperor. Because, he came from that place. I represent the fallen Devil Emperor to welcome the Imperial Dragon Army. The fallen devil emperor spoke. The experts behind him all bowed, of the fallen devil emperor. There's another demon emperor here, right? The young man continued sitting there as he calmly spoke. As the sound of his voice faded, the vast sky devil emperor walked over, staring at the young man before him. The young man also stared at him. Neither of them spoke. The young man seemed to be waiting for the vast sky devil emperor to speak first, but the vast sky devil emperor didn't. You came from the vast sky demon territory. The young man spoke. The vast sky devil emperor nodded his head. The Imperial Dragon Legion is truly omniscient. Since you have your own demon domain, why did you set up camp here? The young man calmly asked, his tone indifferent and natural. Even when speaking to a devil emperor, he was still not polite at all. If it was an ordinary character, he would have long been slapped to death by a devil emperor. Such actions were simply too useless. However, for the young man before him, the vast sky devil emperor clearly didn't dare to slap him to death. The Devil Mountain was the faith of the myriad devil islands. If the myriad devil islands didn't have the Devil Mountain, they wouldn't be known as the myriad devil islands and would have long been flattened by the immortal realms. I naturally have some private matters. The vast sky devil emperor smiled. Although he was smiling, he was extremely unhappy in his heart. As devil emperors, which one of them wouldn't have a temper? Amir Jr., even if he came from the Devil Mountain, he should at least show some respect. But this young man before him was extremely angry, as though he was questioning the vast sky devil emperor. The young man frowned, his gaze was sharp as he stared at the vast sky devil emperor. And from afar, Qin Wentian walked out. He stared at the group of figures in the air. The people around him already told him the identities of these people and where they came from. Qin Wentian couldn't help but to sigh. Compared to the chaos in the immortal realms, the myriad devil islands seemed to have more rules. The strong ruled the myriad devil islands. That Devil Mountain could command everything under the heavens. As for the immortal realms, after the era of ancient emperors, there was no longer anyone who could unify the immortal realms. Before him, a peak-level Devil Foundation Jr. was sitting on a dragon carriage. His title was Yulong Shengtu, and even when facing devil emperors, he didn't show any politeness or respect. Such confidence clearly originated from that legendary place in the myriad devil islands. Qin Wentian was also somewhat curious about that place. Yulong Shengtu, let's go to the Emperor Palace and chat. At this moment, the fallen devil emperor spoke. During these days, he had been suppressing his anger and was extremely unhappy. However, in the battle back then, he was truly inferior to the vast sky devil emperor and could only allow the vast sky devil emperor to do whatever he wanted in his territory. In fact, the vast sky devil emperor even sent devil kings to the various devil islands to help Qin Wentian search for people. Back then, he agreed to Huang Shaishan's condition and didn't give Qin Wentian a chance. Now, the vast sky devil emperor's actions were undoubtedly making things difficult for him. Vast sky devil emperor, let's go together. Yulong Shengtu asked. Sure. The vast sky devil emperor nodded. Prepare the banquet. The fallen devil emperor turned and spoke, his voice echoing throughout the emperor palace. In just an instant, countless people in the emperor palace started to move, using the fastest speed possible to prepare the banquet. For this banquet, there were 3 parties. The fallen devil emperor, the vast sky devil emperor, and the imperial dragon army. In addition, the fallen devil emperor had arranged the best seats for the imperial dragon army. Vast sky devil emperor, can you retreat? After sitting down, Yulong Shengtu directly spoke, his words causing the eyes of the vast sky devil emperor to flash. Why must Yulong Shengtu interfere in my matters? You have crossed the boundary. Yulong Shengtu calmly spoke. How have I crossed the boundary? The vast sky devil emperor snorted coldly. This Yulong Shengtu was too arrogant. Helping someone from the immortal realms to invade the other islands, stationing troops here. Is this not considered crossing the boundary? Yulong Xingtu calmly spoke, his words causing the eyes of the vast Sky Devil Emperor to gleam with sharpness. Yulong Xingtu's information was a little too terrifying. The Fallen Devil region was a place that connected the myriad Devil Islands to the Immortal Realms and could be considered an extremely remote place. Yet, he actually knew that Qin Wentian was from the Immortal Realms and knew about the matter between him and Qin Wentian. Who is it? The vast Sky Devil Emperor asked. Devil Emperor, why must you act like you don't know where the person you are helping is from? Just tell him to come here. Yulong Xingtu calmly spoke. You are talking about Qin Wentian? Even if he is from the Immortal Realms and is just a junior, it shouldn't be against the rules of the myriad Devil Islands, right? Since when did our myriad Devil Islands not have a place for an immortal Wuxia? The vast Sky Devil Emperor continued. Tell him to come here. Yulong Xingtu ignored him and calmly spoke. Behind the fallen Devil Emperor, a figure stood up and roared, Qin Wentian, Yulong Xingtu is summoning you. This voice rumbled, drifting through the air, enveloping the Emperor Palace. Qin Wentian naturally heard it as well. His silhouette flashed as he flew towards the direction of the banquet. Not long after, he arrived at the location of the banquet and stared at Yulong Xingtu, who came from the Devil Mountain. Before this, the Devil King under the fallen Devil Emperor had introduced him to the people of the Imperial Dragon Devil Hall. Yulong Xingtu was the most outstanding junior of the Imperial Dragon Devil Hall and roamed the myriad Devil Islands, monitoring the world. This was also a form of tempering for himself, and no matter where he went, he would always receive gazes of respect. This Yulong Xingtu before him didn't show any politeness even in front of a Devil Emperor. From this, one could very well imagine how confident and arrogant he was. Naturally, this wasn't arrogance. Because, he came from the Devil Mountain. Yulong Xingtu from the Devil Mountain was destined to be extraordinary and would definitely become an important character of the Imperial Dragon Devil Hall in the future. My myriad Devil Islands naturally won't be unable to contain an immortal realm Wuxia. However, a mere immortal realm Wuxia stirring up a storm in my myriad Devil Islands, causing two Devil Emperors to start a war. This is no longer a minor matter. Yulong Xingtu stared at Qin Wentian as he spoke. He then turned to Qin Wentian, tell me, how should I deal with you? Qin Wentian's eyes flashed. In the long river of history, there were many conflicts between the myriad Devil Islands and the Immortal Realms. However, it was impossible to completely sever all ties. It was just that the Devil Emperors of the myriad Devil Islands rarely stepped into the territory of the Immortal Realms, or they would instantly be targeted by the major powers of the Immortal Realms. Also, Immortal Emperors of the Immortal Realms were forbidden from entering the myriad Devil Islands. But for those below the Immortal Emperor realm, things weren't so strict. After all, there were devil cultivators in the Immortal Realms as well as immortals in the myriad Devil Islands. How could it be possible to draw a clear line between them? What do you want? Qin Wentian stared at the young man as he spoke. This young man exuded a noble aura, like a descendant of an immortal emperor. His appearance was extremely eye-catching, but his tone was so cold that no one would dare to get close to him. He was naturally lofty, peering down at the people of the world. Should I sentence you to death or let you scram out of the myriad Devil Islands yourself? Yulong Xingtu continued. He didn't come to the Fallen Devil region by accident. He received news from the Devil Mountain that an Emperor-ranked battle was happening in the Fallen Devil region. Also, from that powerful Devil Hall, he learned that many peak geniuses of the Immortal Realms have entered the myriad Devil Islands and were involved in the Emperor-ranked battle. As Yulong Xingtu, who roamed the world, since he encountered this, he naturally couldn't ignore it. Did the peak geniuses of the Immortal Realms come to the myriad Devil Islands to cause trouble? Xingtu, Qin Wentian has some connection with me. When has the Devil Mountain ever issued an order to expel Wuxia from the Immortal Realms? The vast Sky Devil Emperor furrowed his brows as he spoke. He has already protected Qin Wentian for a year. The matter regarding the sacred luminance had to be completed no matter what. Even if someone from the Devil Mountain came, they couldn't possibly spoil his plans so easily, right? As the Yulong Shengtu, do I need to seek the orders of the Devil Mountain for my actions? Vast Sky Devil Emperor, have you forgotten that you are bathed in the radiance of the Devil Mountain? Yulong Shengtu coldly spoke. Qin Wentian laughed, in a mocking tone. What are you laughing at? The young man stared at Qin Wentian as he asked. Back then, when the Tiandao Sacred Academy opened, many experts from the myriad Devil Islands headed there, including Devil Kings and Devil Foundation experts. Those Devil Foundation experts should have already returned safely. Those people should all be peak geniuses of the myriad Devil Islands, right? How can the Immortal Realms accept people from the myriad Devil Islands? To think that a holy disciple from the Devil Mountain is actually such a character. How ridiculous. Qin Wentian calmly spoke. Chapter 1289. Yulong Shengtu's eyes flashed when he heard Qin Wentian's words. Back then when the Sacred Academy opened, he was roaming the Immortal Realms and didn't head there. But he knew that there were some people who were escorted there in a low-profile manner. Qin Wentian's words didn't seem to make sense. The Tiandao Sacred Academy is only located in the Immortal Realms, it doesn't belong to the Immortal Realms. People of my myriad Devil Islands can naturally enter. I also didn't say that Wuxia of the Immortal Realms isn't allowed to enter the myriad Devil Islands. It's just that you instigated a war between two Devil Emperors. How can I be the same? Yulong Shengtu coldly spoke. When did the myriad Devil Islands forbid fighting? Shengtu, don't forget that under the radiance of the Devil Mountain, the reason why the myriad Devil Islands are so strong is because they love to fight. The vast Sky Devil Emperor spoke unhappily. This Yulong Shengtu was a little too controlling. He wanted to convict Qin Wentian of a crime merely because of his personal preference, yet he actually wanted to use the sacred ground of the myriad Devil Islands to suppress others. Naturally, as Yulong Shengtu of the Imperial Dragon Devil Hall, there were many people who couldn't go against his preferences. Is the vast Sky Devil Emperor colluding with the Immortal Realms? Yulong Shengtu's expression abruptly turned cold as he released his might. His eyes were like ice as he stared at the vast Sky Devil Emperor. I want to convict someone of a crime, but the vast Sky Devil Emperor is obstructing me and defending him time and time again. What are your intentions? If you want to convict someone, you can always find a pretext. Today, I've truly experienced it. The vast Sky Devil Emperor coldly snorted. Give me a reason not to kill you. I hope you can convince me. Yulong Shengtu stared at Qin Wentian once more, his voice as calm as ever. Boom! Qin Wentian's aura erupted forth as devil might gushed forth. He stared at Yulong Shengtu. Is he an immortal or a devil? Using devil energy to conceal immortal might. Such a secret art can be seen everywhere on my Devil Mountain. Yulong Shengtu calmly spoke, unmoved. If I cultivate the devil path in the future, would I be an immortal or a devil? Qin Wentian asked again. Yulong Shengtu frowned. Vast Sky Devil Emperor, the major powers of the fallen devil region don't seem to obstruct Wuxia from the Immortal Realms from joining. In that case, would the Devil Mountain accept Wuxia from the Immortal Realms? Qin Wentian curiously asked. You want to enter the Devil Mountain? Yulong Shengtu smiled, as though he was mocking Qin Wentian. Retract. The eyes of the fallen Devil Emperor gleamed sharply as he spoke. The prerequisite is that you have to be able to ascend the Devil Mountain. As long as you can ascend the Devil Mountain, you would be considered to have passed the test of the myriad Devil Sovereign. Regardless of immortal, devil, or demon, you can all be accepted. I would like to ask Yulong Shengtu, in that case, I also have a chance to become a cultivator of the Devil Mountain. Since this is the case, don't you think this crime is ridiculous? Qin Wentian asked. What a glib tongue. Yulong Shengtu shook his head lightly. This is a peak-level genius of the immortal realms. So this is the reason why you want to kill me. Qin Wentian suddenly laughed, his laughter was filled with mockery. He stared at Yulong Shengtu and suddenly spoke, "Please guide me." This voice sounded very abrupt, but when combined with Qin Wentian's earlier words, as well as that mocking smile, it was very easy to understand. He was mocking Yulong Shengtu for wanting to kill him because he was a peak-level genius of the immortal realms, while Yulong Shengtu was a peak-level genius of the myriad devil islands. If he wanted to kill him, it was naturally because he wanted to use the prestige of the Devil Mountain to bully the immortal realms, killing his opponent in the cradle. And this "please guide me" was undoubtedly using the identity of a peak-level genius of the immortal realms to challenge a genius of the Devil Mountain. A gust of wind gusted by as numerous gazes landed on Yulong Shengtu. Yulong Shengtu, who came down from the Devil Mountain, what sort of esteemed status did he have? As for Qin Wentian, most probably no one in the same generation on the fallen Devil Island could compare to him. But how could he stand shoulder to shoulder with someone like Yulong Shengtu? In order to fight for a chance of survival, you want me to accept the challenge? Yulong Shengtu coldly laughed. Do you think that if I accept the challenge, you would have a chance? You truly overestimate yourself. Yulong Shengtu sat there and laughed mockingly. This reason is unable to convince me. So, kill. As the sound of the word "kill" faded, several figures stepped out. A killing intent gushed forth, exuding a fearsome might. 2 devil emperors occupied a region, but this place was actually under the control of Yulong Shengtu. This was the prestige of Yulong Shengtu of the Devil Mountain. Even though there were no immortal emperors around him, his status was still incomparably lofty. How could an immortal realm genius challenge him so casually? Boom! Qin Wentian's immortal foundation gushed forth. It was a perfect and flawless immortal foundation, shining with resplendent light. Although the Devil Mountain is a legendary place of the myriad devil islands, I believe that for first-level Devil Foundation experts, there aren't many who have a perfect Saint-grade Devil Foundation. Qin Wentian spoke. At this moment, he didn't release his Devil Might, but his Immortal Might instead. A perfect Saint-grade Immortal Foundation. With a Saint-grade Immortal Foundation, he challenged again. Wait a minute. Yulong Shengtu spoke. That expert who went to chase after Qin Wentian halted his steps. An expression of interest appeared on Yulong Shengtu's face. A perfect Saint-grade Immortal Foundation. Indeed, there weren't many of them on the Devil Mountain. Although it's a Saint-grade Immortal Foundation, the reason is still insufficient. Even if I personally act to kill you, there's no meaning to it. Yulong Shengtu continued. If Yulong Shengtu can kill him, I will gift you an Emperor-ranked weapon. The vast Sky Devil Emperor suddenly spoke, his words causing the hearts of everyone to tremble as they stared at the vast Sky Devil Emperor. Even for Devil Emperor-ranked experts, Emperor-ranked weapons were incomparably valuable. The vast Sky Devil Emperor actually took out an Emperor-ranked weapon as a bet, betting that Yulong Shengtu wouldn't be able to kill Qin Wentian. The vast Sky Devil Emperor was indeed betting. In truth, he had been transmitting his voice to Qin Wentian all this while. Qin Wentian said that he would win for sure. Is this true? Yulong Shengtu stared at the vast Sky Devil Emperor. My words are naturally true. However, what if Yulong Shengtu is defeated? The vast Sky Devil Emperor asked. How can I be defeated? Yulong Shengtu laughed. I said what if? The vast Sky Devil Emperor continued. If I'm defeated, he can naturally live. I won't interfere in the matters of the fallen devil region and will directly leave this place. Yulong Shengtu spoke. If Yulong Shengtu is defeated and angered, breaking his promise and using the Devil Mountain to suppress me, I would still die for sure. Qin Wentian laughed. Are you saying that my words can't be trusted? Yulong Shengtu stared at Qin Wentian, his eyes gleaming with coldness. A Yulong Shengtu who brought an army here to kill an Immortal Foundation genius of the immortal realms is truly not worthy of trust. Qin Wentian spoke. I can guarantee that if you are victorious, he will leave. At this moment, a voice drifted over. The eyes of the fallen Devil Emperor and the vast Sky Devil Emperor flashed. There was actually someone approaching. As Devil Emperors, they actually didn't know about it. A bright light flashed as motes of devil light converged. At the side of the banquet hall, a figure slowly materialized, appearing from the void. When this person appeared, everyone's gazes landed on him. Even the Devil Emperors didn't notice his approach, let alone the Devil Kings. Their eyes were all shining with dazzling light as they sized up the young man in front of them. This young man was clad in a simple robe. He was far from being as handsome as Yulongshengtu. But although he looked ordinary, just a single glance would cause one to be captivated by his demeanor. Yulongshengtu's eyes also froze, gleaming with sharpness as he stared at this young man. The young man had a smile on his face. He stared at Qin Wentian and spoke, I can guarantee that if you defeat him, no one here will make things difficult for you. The hearts of everyone trembled. What arrogant words! To Yulongshengtu, he said that if Qin Wentian won, no one here would make things difficult for him, including Yulongshengtu and his army. Did he come from the Devil Mountain as well? What was going on in the Fallen Devil region? There were actually people from that legendary place who came here one after another. Could it be that a storm was about to happen in the Immortal Realms and myriad Devil Islands? Sir, why are you so sure? Qin Wentian asked. People from the Devil Mountain naturally mean what they say. The young man spoke in a light voice. He stared at Yulongshengtu and asked, Am I right? Yulongshengtu stared at the smiling young man. At this moment, the arrogance he exuded seemed to be retracted. He naturally knew who this young man before him was. This young man was also someone from the Devil Mountain. Even if he was Yulongshengtu, this smiling young man before him was someone he couldn't afford to antagonize. Naturally. Yulongshengtu replied. Can I sit? The young man glanced in the direction of the fallen Devil Emperor as he smiled. Feel free. The fallen Devil Emperor nodded. During the banquet, he had always been silent, allowing the situation to develop. With so many people from the legendary place arriving, he was also extremely shocked in his heart. The young man casually chose a seat and sat down. He then stared at Yulongshengtu and Qin Wentian, as though he was here to watch a show and had no standpoint. Seems like the cultivators of the legendary Devil Mountain all had their own thoughts. They all came from different devil halls. Yulongshengtu stood up and walked towards Qin Wentian step by step. His luxurious robes fluttered in the wind, and his handsome countenance, as well as his extraordinary demeanor, all of these clearly indicated his nobility. The people of the fallen Devil Emperor were all staring at him. Back then during the birthday celebration, Qin Wentian was unexcelled in the world and even brought an army with him. But now, facing against Yulongshengtu who came from the Devil Mountain, how long could he last? Other than the vast Sky Devil Emperor, most probably no one thought highly of Qin Wentian. Even if they were the subordinates of the vast Sky Devil Emperor, even if he had a perfect immortal foundation, even if his talent was extremely high. His opponent came from the Devil Mountain and was none other than Yulongshengtu, a supreme genius of the legendary place, a heaven chosen with towering authority. It has been a very long time since I fought against someone. Because among those of the same generation, other than some existences on the Devil Mountain, there's no one worthy enough for me to fight. Yulongshengtu walked towards Qin Wentian and slowly spoke. You are trying to goad me into action, trying to gain a chance of survival. However, do you really think that this is your chance of survival? How ridiculous! A mocking smile rang out. Dragon roars rang out from Yulongshengtu as numerous terrifying dragons of darkness soared up into the sky. In an instant, an undefeatable might engulfed this entire space. Dragon roars rang out and those at the Devil Foundation realm only felt their Devil Foundations trembling. Chapter 1290. Saint-grade Devil Foundation in the form of a dragon. Everyone stared at Yulong Xingtu, feeling speechless in their hearts. As expected of a cultivator from the legendary place. As a place of faith for the myriad Devil Islands, there should be countless shocking secret arts on the Devil Mountain. This man before them was Yulong Xingtu. It wasn't strange at all that he had a saint-grade Devil Foundation. Draconic roars rang out from his entire body, causing the heavens and earth to tremble. Yulong Xingtu's body was like a dragon, with dragon blood and dragon bones. He was like a true divine devil dragon of darkness. His Devil Foundation seemed to have a pair of eyes, exuding an incomparably imposing might, peering down at the world. The Devil Foundation experts in the surroundings all trembled in fear. If Yulong Xingtu acted against them, he could easily crush them, shattering their Devil Foundations. On Qin Wentian's body, his perfect Immortal Foundation circulated, transforming into the form of a dragon. This was an incomparably terrifying destructive demonic dragon. Its demonic chi engulfed the heavens and earth, violent to the extreme, actually clashing head-on with his opponent's Devil Foundation. How could he be suppressed? It's true that I want you to fight. However, this isn't for the sake of survival. It's because once you fight, you will understand that once you shed your identity as Yulong Xingtu, you are basically nothing. Qin Wentian calmly replied. He was still as arrogant as back then during the birthday celebration of the Devil Emperor, even if his opponent was Yulong Xingtu. Qin Wentian didn't care who his opponent was. As long as his opponent was on the same level as him, there was no way they could defeat him. This was absolute confidence. Absolute strength would give birth to absolute confidence. Ever since he woke up from his coma and discovered that he had broken through to the 9th level of Immortal Foundation, his confidence had reached the extreme. He wouldn't lose to someone at the Immortal Foundation or Devil Foundation. It was impossible. Right now, his cultivation base was at the 9th level. Back then, he was already at the peak of the 7th level, just a step away from the 8th level. He didn't expect that Xinu's Mercury Lady Devil art would be so powerful, allowing him to directly break through a level. However, Xinu also sacrificed her entire Devil Foundation. Yulong Xingtu laughed. He left the mountain and roamed the myriad Devil Islands for many years. In truth, after he stepped into the Devil Foundation realm, he was chosen as the Yulong Xingtu. The vast majority of his time was spent cultivating in the outside world, roaming the myriad Devil Islands, and he had never met someone as brazen as Qin Wentian before. Qin Wentian actually dared to have such absolute confidence before him. Roar! A heaven-shaking dragon roar rang out as a fearsome devil dragon soared towards Qin Wentian. Its gigantic body seemed capable of engulfing everything as it opened its terrifying maw, wanting to devour this entire space. Qin Wentian, in front of that gigantic maw, appeared extremely tiny and inconsequential. Lifting his palm, Qin Wentian directly punched out. With just a single punch, the roar of a dragon shook the heavens. Similarly, a demonic dragon capable of suppressing everything soared up into the sky, colliding with the devil dragon of darkness in the air. After that, both of them were torn apart and destroyed. It was extremely terrifying. A shocking collision occurred in the void, shaking the entire space. In the distance, the Demon Emperor waved his hand, blocking the shockwaves. Yulong Xingtu and Qin Wentian soared into the air. The battlefield below was clearly not wide enough for them. Yulong Xingtu's eyes abruptly gleamed with a demonic light. His Devil Foundation roared in rage, and after that, an incomparably sharp dragon claw of darkness directly appeared before Qin Wentian, grabbing towards him. Qin Wentian's body circulated with a terrifying divine light. His fiend god body was indestructible. Ancient characters gushed forth frenziedly, forming a screen of light that blasted apart the sharp dragon claw. Yulong Xingtu of the Devil Mountain, if you only have such attacks, there's no need for us to fight anymore. Qin Wentian calmly spoke. Yulong Xingtu frowned. The aura from Qin Wentian had truly reached an extremely terrifying level. In that case, I will let you experience true killing. Yulong Xingtu spoke in cold arrogance. Both of his hands folded ancient seals as a devil nebula manifested, blotting out the sky. That entire space turned into darkness as the darkness enveloped Qin Wentian. Over there, numerous pairs of eyes of darkness opened. Yulong Xingtu stood on the head of a terrifying devil dragon. With a thunderous roar, the entire space trembled as devil clouds churned. Lightning flashed and thunder boomed, causing the entire space to tremble violently, transforming into an apocalyptic scene. Destructive lightning and thunder unceasingly shot out from the devil light, blasting towards Qin Wentian. Such an attack, other than forcefully enduring it, it was basically impossible to evade. The law energy circulating around him grew increasingly dazzling. Qin Wentian stared at the boundless apocalyptic light blasting towards him. The ancient characters shone even more resplendently as the shadow of a divine turtle enveloped him, allowing the boundless might to blast him. He remained unmoved. However, at this moment, the sky screen opened up. From within that apocalyptic scene, numerous terrifying devil dragons of darkness drilled out, resembling the power of the heavens as they lunged towards Qin Wentian. At this instant, countless people below felt their hearts pounding violently. Even devil kings felt fear in their hearts. Was this the strength of an expert from the Devil Mountain? Too terrifying. Such pressure, such fearsome innate techniques, they had never seen before. Yulong Xingtu of the Devil Mountain truly lived up to his reputation. Can Qin Wentian withstand such an attack? A voice rang out in the hearts of everyone. They were thinking, under the attacks of Yulong Xingtu, how long would Qin Wentian be able to endure for? Qin Wentian stared at the world-destroying attacks blasting over. His eyes were incomparably calm, his heart like still water. His immortal foundation radiated boundless divine light as his body grew even more resplendent. Runic inscriptions flowed on his skin as he lifted both his hands. A moment later, numerous supreme gods' hands blasted out. Each palm imprint was inscribed with ancient characters, containing the power of attribute cultivation arts. Boundless light filled the air. Qin Wentian stood in the center, allowing the fearsome sounds of collision to ring out one after another. He stood there steadily. The space around Qin Wentian felt like it was about to shatter. Countless people inclined their heads and stared at the devil dragons and palm imprints, feeling incomparably shocked in their hearts. Qin Wentian, who has stepped into the peak stage of Immortal Foundation, was he already strong enough to contend against Yulong Xingtu? Yulong Xingtu stretched out his palms as an incomparably gigantic dragon arm, even larger than the demonic dragon earlier, instantly enveloped the entire sky as it smashed down towards Qin Wentian. Qin Wentian, in front of that terrifying dragon claw, was like an insignificant speck of dust that couldn't be seen. Destructive energy coalesced in his palms, transforming into an ancient halberd. His silhouette flashed as his entire person transformed into an unexcelled beam of destructive light. The ancient halberd moved with him, piercing out with him. Boundless destructive beams of black light pierced into the gigantic dragon claw, directly penetrating through it. Qin Wentian's body emerged from within, rushing towards Yulong Xingtu, who was standing on the head of the devil dragon. Yulong Xingtu stared at Qin Wentian. He simply watched as Qin Wentian rushed over. The demonic dragon beneath his feet rose up, enveloping him within as the sharp claws once again blasted out towards Qin Wentian, containing supreme might. That was an incomparably powerful devil dragon of darkness, resembling a true dragon. Walala! Only to see countless demonic dragon arms stretching out, terrifying to the extreme. All of them grabbed towards Qin Wentian. It was basically impossible for Qin Wentian to kill his way to Yulong Xingtu. Qi! A terrifying beam of destructive light radiated forth. Qin Wentian's body was like a beam of light as he sped towards the countless dragon arms. Thunderous rumbling sounds rang out unceasingly. The gazes of everyone froze as they stared in that direction. This fellow was truly audacious, he actually dared to sink so deep into the dragon arms. Rumble. A beam of destructive light flashed as Qin Wentian appeared with an ancient halberd in his hands, directly piercing towards Yulong Xingtu's head. Bang! A single strike landed. However, at this moment, an extremely dangerous aura gushed forth from behind. Qin Wentian's silhouette directly shattered and vanished. Yulong Xingtu appeared on the demonic dragon below. He was as majestic as ever, incomparably handsome. Lifting his palms, he blasted out with rage as countless devil dragon spears pierced through everything, wanting to nail Qin Wentian to death. But at this instant, the shadow of a great rock appeared behind Qin Wentian. His silhouette flickered and vanished like a bolt of lightning, reappearing in the air above. Staring at Yulong Xingtu below, Qin Wentian felt that his opponent's strength should be slightly inferior compared to Huang Shatian. This was especially so in terms of attack power. Huang Shatian had used the ultimate killing power of his inheritance at the end, and it was extremely terrifying. Yulong Xingtu wasn't as strong as Huang Shatian. Back then when he fought Huang Shatian at the 7th level of Immortal Foundation, he had to use the power of his bloodline in addition to his devil transformation before he could fight to a draw with Huang Shatian. Under such terrifying augmentation, his cultivation base should have already reached the 9th level of Immortal Foundation. And now, he no longer needed the power of his bloodline and devil transformation. It was already sufficient for him to deal with this opponent before him. Your strength isn't bad. Yulong Xingtu calmly spoke. However, your strength isn't that great. Qin Wentian spoke. After that, the power of God's hand was activated to the extreme as the light of truth circulated around his body. The ancient halberd appeared in his hand as demonic qi engulfed the area, instantly enveloping this entire space. A single strike should be sufficient. Qin Wentian spoke. Boundless energy circulated around him as the wind and clouds howled, causing the sky to change color. Qin Wentian descended from the air and with a single strike, a vortex of destruction manifested. Boundless destructive light gushed forth, destroying everything in this space. Terrifying sounds rang out, Yulong Xingtu's countenance drastically changed. The roars of dragons shook the heavens and earth as countless demonic dragons soared through the air. However, within the vortex, there seemed to be a world-destroying demon, wanting to destroy everything, engulfing all the demonic dragons of darkness within. That ancient halberd pierced down from the sky, who could block it? A storm of annihilation descended. Yulong Xingtu's countenance drastically changed. He was in the center of the storm and only felt that he was about to be completely destroyed. Roaring sounds rang out, he lifted his palms up but he still couldn't block that attack. The spectators were all breathless. Qin Wentian was actually stronger than Yulong Xingtu of the Devil Mountain.